This webcast presentation on the McGuffey Sports Network will begin in 10 minutes. This webcast presentation of the McGuffey Sports Network will begin in 5 minutes. This webcast presentation of the McGuffey Sports Network will begin in 4 minutes. This webcast presentation of the McGuffey Sports Network will begin in 3 minutes. This webcast presentation of the McGuffey Sports Network will begin in 2 minutes. This webcast presentation on the McGuffey Sports Network will begin in 1 minute. This webcast presentation on the McGuffey Sports Network will begin in 30 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
This is the Trib Live High School Sports Network, the official streaming partner of the WPIAL, featuring exclusive coverage of all playoffs and championships, stretching across 10 counties, 2,000 broadcasts a year, live and forever archived. Trib, hssn.triblive.com.
You are listening to the McGuffey Sports Network, the voice of the Highlanders.
Field in the shotgun again. He gets it. He drops it on the ground, and it might have been recovered by Connor Crow, and it does look like McGuffey has it. Rolling out here is McEwen. He throws deep down the field. He's got a man in single coverage. Caught, and it's going to go all the way. That's going to be a touchdown, 33 yards for McGuffey once again. It only takes one play. McEwen gets a snap. He wants to throw. Looks left. He's got a man out there. It's caught. It's Dietrich for the touchdown. There he goes, McEwen, he broke free. The 10, the 5, touchdown, McGuffey. Back to pass, looking into the end zone is the man. He's got Dietrich, he's got it for the touchdown. 14-yard pass and catch. McEwen to Ethan Dietrich, and McGuffey is on the board. Cagnon looking left. He's being chased left, and Kyle Brookman, he forced the fumble. We have a flag on the play, and the ball is still on the ground, eventually recovered by the Highlanders. Miller goes back to shotgun. He's got it. And he's blitzed. And he's going to run. Running to his left. He throws downfield. It's intercepted. Intercepted at the 35, the 30, the 25. Down the sideline, Roma stand to the 10. And pushed out of bounds inside the 10 will be first and goal, McGuffey. He's at the 25, the 20. It's a sprint to the corner. The 10, the 5. Touchdown, Kyle Brookman. It's a rugby-style punt. Connor Crow might keep it. He's going to sprint, and he's got the first down. 50, 45, pushed out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. Lowers his head for the boom. Set up at the 26-yard line. They get the snap, and it's up the middle of the drill ball.
Oh, it was like the parting of the Red Sea, and I'll tell you what, he takes that gravy train all the way to mashed potato town, and the Highlanders regain the lead with 6:35 left.
Third down and 12. They're going to send him in motion. They'll look to pass. They throw it over. It's tipped in. Intercepted. It's Romastan has it inside the 5, and McGuffey's got the ball. First down and 10 at the 1-yard line. Victory formation, the best formation in football here is McEwen's under center. Takes a knee, and that should do it. Time will wind down here. McGuffey is going to win this game 34-29 over Mohawk. They will move on to the second round of the Class 2A WPIAL playoffs and face the number 1 seed Steel Valley next week at Steel Valley.
A pleasant good evening from rainy William Campbell Athletic Field. I'm Jason Kern, joined alongside Rusty Pettit, Zach Waters to join you shortly, and as always, our video man, Kevin Robinson. We're also joined by intern Trinity Kern tonight from Duquesne, who's helping out. Rainy night here in Munhall, Rusty, and McGuffey, the number 8 seed, getting the victory over Mohawk a week ago. It wasn't easy, but in the final, after it was all said and done, 34-29, McGuffey wins. And now their reward top seed, Steel Valley, who had a bye week last week, Rusty.
Yeah, Steel Valley, the Ironmen are 9-0 on the year. They finished their conference record 7-0, and they did not have many close contests this year. The closest game was actually the first week of the season. It was a team that we've gotten to know pretty well over the last couple of years, Stowe Rocks, who won McGuffey's section, and that was a close game. They went to Stowe Rocks, and they beat Stowe Rocks by a score of 27-24 way back on September 2nd, and they ran the table the rest of the way. That they put up, just huge numbers on offense, and nobody really even sniffed them the rest of the year. And they only gave up after that Stowe Rocks game. They gave up a total of 27 points the entire season.
Well, going into a game where you're obviously the underdog and the other team is just more athletic, they're a better team all around, and that's no disrespect to McGuffey, but it's just a fact. So going into a game like this, you have to look at ways, what can we do to win games like this? We saw it earlier in the year against Stowe Rocks, Rusty. McGuffey controlled the clock. They didn't snap the ball till the play clock was under 5 seconds every time. They took their time. They were methodical, moving the ball down the field. But they also took advantage of Stowe Rock's mistakes. Stowe Rock's made a lot of mistakes that game. One, the most notable is dropping the ball as you're going into the end zone late in the game. But if you remember, Stowe Rock's missed some wide open receivers that game. The receivers dropped some balls that game. They turned the ball over. They made some personal foul penalties. McGuffey had a chance to win that game late in the game, going in for the potential game-tying score and hopefully the game-winning extra point. First and goal from just inside the 10, and they fumbled the snap, and basically just that sealed the deal. But tonight, Rusty, I think McGuffey already got the first victory, the weather. So the weather is going to neutralize the passing attack of Steel Valley. They have a very good quarterback. I think you had said they had run the ball 80% of the time, Steel Valley. So really, this weather here will slow the athletes down a little bit. And I actually, being a former receivers coach, I like weather like this. The reason why is the DB doesn't know where the receiver is going.
Yeah.
The receiver knows where he's going, so he knows where he has to make the shorter strides, the shorter cuts. You don't want to stride as much. You don't want to cut as big, a little like chopping up and cutting. But the DB doesn't know. So you're going to see DB slipping and falling a lot of times on these timing patterns. So even though it's raining, don't put away the passing. And I think McGuffey, I don't think they used that enough last week. But to be fair, Phillip really hasn't had too much time to throw the ball either.
Yeah.
These rollouts, he's having defenders in his face, and Phillip McCune has done a nice job to make something out of nothing. But there have been receivers down the field open. We've seen Tristan McAdoo make some, acrobatic catches. And I'd like to see him throw a ball a little bit more. But tonight, that might not be in the cards because you're going to need to 3 yards in a cloud of dust, as the old ball coach used to say.
Yeah.
But turf, 3 yards in a
puddle.
A cloud of rubber pellets.
Yeah. Well, the recipe is going to have to be, you'd think, a lot like it was against Stowe Rocks, and that was, as you'd pointed out, it worked. It worked for the majority of the game. It created everything that they wanted on the Stowe Rock side as far as the mistakes, the penalties, the turnovers. The problem was McGuffey had a handful of their own.
Oh, yeah.
And if they're going to have a chance here on the road against the Ironmen, they can't do that. They're going to have to play. They're going to have to create those opportunities, but they're on their own end. They're going to have to play mistake-free football. And talk about the passing game, I think it's going to have to be one of those things. If they have some early success on the run, some of the best passing or some of the best success they've had in the passing game the second half of the season has come off the play action, and a lot of it has been sneaking one of those tailbacks down in a seam route, and they were able to do that last week effectively against Mohawk several times, and I think that can be effective too because that's kind of a sneaky play. You get the linebackers and the safeties creeping up to stop that run. One of those running backs, the other one's going to sneak back behind the defense, and he finds himself wide open.
Yeah, and I think you might see an onside kicker too. You might see Coach Dalton elect to put the ball on the ground more on the kicking game because of the rain. It'll be a little harder to get that ball, control the ball. Don't be surprised to see like we saw a play at Wash High. The backwards pass to the wide receiver, I think.
Yeah, Ryan Keith was threw that ball.
And the pass. I'd like to see something we haven't seen this year. He likes to call as the throwback pass when the quarterback rolls out to his right and you sneak the running back down the left side of the field.
Yeah,
we haven't seen that this year yet. That might be something we see tonight. But let's talk about the bracket real quick, Rusty, and then before our first break, and when we come back from that first break, I'll send it over. I'll hand it off to Zach, and I'll throw it to you.
By the way, I want to give a shout-out to Zach for putting that highlight reel together.
Yeah, he did it under pressure, too, quickly.
He was on a time crunch.
He was. I think I notified him at 6:45, and he said, no problem when you need it. And I said, I'm in a couple hours.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he did a great job.
Yeah,
so thanks, Zach.
Yeah, great job.
The bracket. So on the side we're on, the top side, McGuffey, obviously here at Still Valley, they will play the winner of the Wash High at Neshannock game that's going on tonight. I think Wash High opened up a lot of eyes last week. Fuse was out, and then the second quarterback, which was Logan Carlisle, got hurt in the second quarter last week, and they lost him for the game. So to beat a team like Sarah, who won the championship last year, that was impressive on the road.
Yeah,
and, that was up at Norwin, by the way.
That was a team they had lost to earlier in the year too, and I think too that shows a lot of heart because that was something we didn't see. Like we thought there are comments leaving that Wash High McGuffey game, and McGuffey really opened things up at the end. It was close the entire time, and they came back, and then they just kind of had it going away. It looked like that Wash High team had just kind of quit on that game, and so for them to go the rebound like that. That
I'm
shows.
Sure, practice wasn't fun that
No,
week.
it wasn't, and it got the message through apparently. So kudos to them.
So on the other side of the bracket, Beaver Falls is hosting at Geneva College. They take on Ligonier Valley, which I believe is a 7 seed, correct?
Yes, it's a 2-7
Beaver
matchup.
Falls is 2. And on the lower half, a couple Century Conference teams. Keystone Oaks, which is the 6 seed, is at the 3 seed Stowe Rock. So really quickly, just in case you didn't catch that, all 4 Century Conference teams are still alive.
They are.
Out of the 8. Out of the 8 teams, 4 of them are Central Conference teams. And that's a big kudos because in the past, Central Conference sometimes doesn't get a lot of respect when it gets to the seeding.
Yeah.
I think Stowe Rocks being in the conference has legitimized that. I think McGuffey's performance against Stowe Rocks and McGuffey's performance against Wash High, they got the 8 seed, which I think it was kudos to McGuffey.
And Keystone Oaks dropped down from 3A, and they got put in the Century Conference too, and that made it a really tough.
It really is. It's top heavy.
Division. Yeah,
it's very top heavy. But 4 out of the 8. Before I send it over to Zach and Rusty, I want to do let our listeners know at the McGuffey Sports Network that we will have some wrestling coverage for you. Rusty and I were just talking about that before we went on air. It's going to be 3 Wednesdays in December, it looks like, December 7th, 14th, and 21st. The 7th, McGuffey is hosting Best Center, which was a match that was always at the end of the year. But there are new sections this year in wrestling. There are no more of the subsections. It's just a straight section. No more team section tournaments for the team, which I kind of like because that way the section champion is whoever was a regular season champion.
Yeah,
you're the section champion.
Yeah, a lot of those teams end up wrestling each other like 3 times in a matter of 2 weeks at the end of the season. So.
There are 6 AA sections. The top 3 in each section will go to the WPIAL tournament, which will be an 18-team tournament. There could be some ties there, prompt a couple more teams possibly, but. We'll cross that bridge or jump off that bridge when we get there. But just to wrap that up, McGuffey will host Best Center on the 7th. On the 14th, they go to Fort Cherry. And then on the 21st, they host Burgettstown, which is probably the favorite to win that section. But I talked to Jared Roberts, McGuffey's head coach, at the Wash High game. He thinks, McGuffey might be the second best team in that section going into that. So you never know what may happen. So usually before Christmas, we have 1 match. I think we're going to have 3 this year.
Yeah,
partner.
it'd be great. Wrestling season.
I haven't looked at basketball yet, so we'll look at that here shortly.
Yeah,
but,
it's an exciting time of the year.
I would like another week of football, personally.
Yeah, let's keep playing.
Yep, it is. So I'm going to send it. I'm going to throw it over to Rusty. I don't know why I just looked at Kevin when I said I'm going to throw it over to you. I have no idea why. But I'm going to throw it to Rusty and Zach after this break. You're listening to the McKean Plumbing and Heating pregame show here on the McGuffey Sports Network, powered by ARH Sports Shop and carried exclusively live on the Trib High School Sports Network. Enjoy the football game, everyone.
Hi, everyone. Zach Waters from the McGuffey Sports Network. Whenever your home or business decides to give you a headache, turn to the experts you can trust at McKean Plumbing and Heating, located at 468 West Chestnut Street in Washington, and is your source for plumbing, heating, electrical, and air conditioning. Whether it's a job for the do-it-yourselfer, a routine service call, or an installation, let the experienced staff assist with your needs. Call them at 724-225-6260 or stop in and visit them Monday through Fridays 8 to 6 and Saturdays 8 to 4. Plumbing, heating, electrical, or air conditioning, answer McKean. PA 9085.
Cold weather wreaks havoc on your vehicles. Dead batteries, flat tires, or simply locked out? Call McAdoo's Towing and Crane Services. McAdoo's offers roadside services, including fuel delivery, lockout assistance, jump starts, and tire changes, including 24-hour towing, recovery, hauling services for vehicles and loads of all sizes. Need crane service? No problem. McAdoo's is capable of 24-hour crane service and assistance with a fleet of 8 cranes. A family-owned and operated company since 1965. Why call just anyone when you can call a family you can trust? 724-484-7300. McAdoo's Towing and Crane Services. Their business is picking up.
Welcome back here to William Campbell Athletic Field, the home of the Steel Valley Ironmen. You listen to McGuffey Sports Network, powered by ARH Sports Shop, carried on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Rusty Pettit alongside Mr. Zach Waters. Now I want to thank Jason Kern for hopping on there, the first part of our McKean Plumbing and Heating pregame show. And it's always good to hear from the boss now and again. Yeah, and
absolutely.
Of course, I want to give a big shout out to Kevin Robinson, who's been doing a fantastic job with our video feed the entire year with Isaiah's Wings video. And, keeping us rolling here tonight on the second round. This is the quarterfinals of the Class 2A playoffs, Zach. And the Steel Valley team, man, I tell you what, I talked about it a little bit with Jason, but a couple things. The first thing that pops out when you look at the results of their games this year is the offense, right, because you're seeing scores in the 40s, 50s, 60s every single week. But I went out to him, I said, you got to pay attention the other side of the ball, too, because after that Stowe Rocks game that they won 27-24, they only gave up a total of 27 points the rest of the year.
Yeah, and
the remaining 8 games.
I heard you come in and start talking about that. I mean, that was just simply amazing that they were only able to give up that much throughout the course of the season after that game. But, I mean, going down through looking at the schedule from Steel Valley, and Steel Valley, for those who don't know, plays in the Allegheny Conference, and a perfect 7-0 conference record, perfect 9-0 on the season. And yeah, the only ones really able to hang with the Ironmen this year was Stowe Rocks, and Steel Valley coming out victorious 27-24. But yeah, going down through the schedule, you look at teams like Seton, LaSalle, Amani Christian, Ligonier Valley, Apollo Ridge, Derry, Burrell, Yawk. Sarah Catholic is, they were last year's 2A champs. And, 67 or 62-7, 56-6, just to name a couple, 47-2 over Apollo Ridge. I mean, you're putting up some double-digit numbers, and you're really retaining the opposing team's offense from really kind of moving the ball and getting in towards the end zone. I mean, that says something about the type of defense that this Steel Valley Ironmen team has here. And there's a reason why they were number one in the conference whenever the rankings came out for the postseason.
And then you have McGuffey on the other side. Finished the regular season 7-3. Of course, that win against Mohawk pushed their record to 8-3 on the year. 2 losses that were to the only loss other than the 2 section losses was when they went and moved up a class or two to wrestle. Yeah, we're talking about wrestling. Good wrestling school at Mount Pleasant too. But no, when they went to play football at Mount Pleasant, and they were a little bit outmatched that night, but that was probably the worst game of the season for them. And we had talked to the guys here from Steel Valley, talking in the booth before we went on the air. Probably the best 2 games performances up until last week against Mohawk, at least, the best 2 performances by McGuffey very well could have been their 2 losses.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think they're going to play the national anthem, so we're going to step aside, and we'll come back. Here on the McGuffey Sports Network, we'll have our pregame coverage continue. You're listening to McGuffey Sports Network, powered by ARH Sports Shop, carried exclusively on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Hi, this is Rusty Pettit with Cruise Planners. We're a full-service travel agency, and we can help you plan your next cruise, a vacation to an all-inclusive resort, a destination wedding, a honeymoon, or taking the kids to Disney World. It would be our pleasure to help you and your family plan your dream vacation. Visit our website, www.rocktheboatcruiseandtravel.com, or call me, Rusty Pettit, at 412-770-6511, and let's start planning.
Hunters, it's almost that time of year again. And when gearing up for your next hunt, visit ARH Sports Shop. ARH Sports Shop has proudly served the tri-state area as your local sportsman store for over 25 years. Locally owned and operated, they specialize in new and gently used shotguns, handguns, and rifles. Instead of waiting in long lines at major big box stores, purchase your hunting license from ARH with fast, friendly service. For more information, visit their website at arhsportshop.com or visit them at 4174 Route 40 in Claysville across from Sunset Beach. Open Monday through Friday 10 to 5 and Saturdays noon to 4. ARH Sports Shop, a proud supporter of McGuffey Athletics.
Your home for Highlanders football all season long. You're listening to the McGuffey Sports Network, powered by ARH Sports Shop.
Welcome back to the McGuffey Sports Network. You're listening to the McKean Plumbing and Heating pregame show. Rusty Pettit with Zach Waters, and we were just getting into McGuffey, what they might need to do here today to kind of slow down the pace of that Ironman offense, and a lot of that has to do with what they're able to do on the offensive side of the ball. You got the triple option offense that they worked really well all year. We saw the game plan against Stowe Rocks where they were able, and Jason mentioned this, they were able to slow down the pace of that game and had long methodical drives. The problem was the 2 times they got down inside the 10 and they got in the scoring position, they turned the ball over. If you're here, you can't do that against these good teams, and you certainly can't do it on the road.
No, especially not doing it on the road there. Yeah, that really hurt McGuffey those 2 times whenever they were down inside the 10 and they fumbled. And obviously with tonight's field conditions, they're playing on a turf field. But, I mean, you factor in this heavy downpour. This really kind of picked back up again right around 5:30, right about the time you got here. And I'll tell you what, the rain hasn't let up anytime soon here tonight. And I think that's going to play a huge factor. So it's going to be these two playing against the rain as well. And, being a former running back, playing in these types of conditions, the biggest thing you want to establish is ball security. And I think from McGuffey's standpoint, a few times we have seen them put the ball down on the carpet. It wasn't even in these types of conditions. So, I mean, the running backs really need to focus on ball handling as well as the wide receivers in tonight's contest. Stame's going to go for Steel Valley. I wouldn't be surprised both these two teams defensively trying to rake and punch at the ball to try to force a fumble, because right now they're going to use the weather to their best advantage. And, I mean, that's what good teams do. They try to use the weathers and the different factors to the advantage of their opponents and who they're going to be playing.
Exactly, and just making sure we're still in line because I got booted off. So I was just taking, and it looks like, and we've seen Ed. We know we laugh about it a little bit because he always likes to take those timeouts early in the game, but when he sees something he doesn't like quickly especially from the defensive side of the ball, he likes to use a timeout to kind of calm everybody down, get him back and say, hey, refocus. Let's get back on this. And this year, you got to give him, the coaching staff, credit for making in-game adjustments, because a lot of these games, but like that Wash High game, perfect example. They got down 21-3 in that game, made some big adjustments in it, came back, got a little bit closer at halftime. That second half was a totally different ball game, and it was because they had made the adjustments. It was like, honestly, Wash High kind of felt like they kind of gave up towards the end, but I think it's partly they didn't have an answer. They didn't know, really how to counter what McGuffey was doing that second half. So great job to the coaching staff this year. It was a year that we came into, and I remember talking about the beginning, we really didn't know what to expect. There was a lot of guys that graduated last year on both sides of the ball. So and there was other guys that got kind of banged up towards the end of the year last year. I remember Logan Smith getting in and out of games towards the second half of the year. Eric Donnelly, we talked about off the air, coming in. Guys that, didn't get as many minutes as you would have liked, towards the end of the regular season into the postseason. And then this year, they've had some guys kind of come out and in, but they've been pretty good as far as not having those big long-term injuries, and there was the one last week, and I don't know if you've got an update on this or not. Maybe Jason did. Maybe we should have asked him. But Nick Medosky, I remember last week.
Right.
And,
yeah.
We didn't get to see. I didn't get to see whether he was out there for warm-ups. You did get the coin toss.
Yeah,
I
did.
believe.
Yeah, I was able to get the coin toss, and we do need to identify one of the captains that was out there. One for Steel Valley was number 7, Cruz Brookins. And little side note before we go into that, I guess he is the cousin of NFL player Deshaun Jackson.
Okay.
And Deshaun Jackson actually reached out to him today and to the Steel Valley team and wished them all good luck in tonight's playoff game. And but yeah, the pre-coin toss, Steel Valley had won the toss, and they received the first half. So McGuffey, per usual, will be starting the second half with the football. And that's really worked to McGuffey's advantage throughout the course of this season, Rusty. I mean, every time we've seen the Highlanders defer, for the most part, they've come out on top, except for the loss to Mount Pleasant, Keystone Oaks being the other one. And who else am I forgetting? Yeah, Mount Pleasant, Stowe Rocks, and Keystone Oaks. Yeah, the 3 times that they gave they received the start the game, those all resulted in all 3 losses. I don't know if you want to call it a thing of luck or just a thing of skill, but Can hear some of the Highlander faithful that made their way from Claysville here in the Munn Hall tonight.
Yeah.
The Highlanders are coming out of the tunnel here and out onto the field, and McGuffey wearing their road whites.
We are, and I think there's probably a lot of people watching us because there's not a lot of people here because, it's raining a lot. I think the rain kept a lot of people at home. So the guys here in the box said, if this wasn't, if you didn't have this rain coming down, this place usually packed. It's a great facility.
Oh,
here.
it's a beautiful facility.
This is a fantastic facility, press box. And if you're not familiar with Munn Hall, it's basically heading, you go as if you're going to Kennywood, but then when you get across the Monongahela, you keep heading up the hill.
Straight up.
Down over on the back side of that, in the next valley is this beautiful stadium. McGuffey wearing the road whites. They got the gold helmets, the gold pants with the white jersey, and the bold blue letters, and the Ironmen will be coming out here in a second. Before they do, I'm going to tell you about Shale Pro Energy Services. They're a best-in-class natural gas service provider. They're looking for new employees like you. Shale Pro offers a range of services across the region. They're currently looking for operators, roustabouts, and compressor operators to support their clients in the western Pennsylvania area. Working for Shale Pro doesn't only give you full-time local work, but they also offer paid vacation time, health insurance, dental and vision insurance, company match 401k, and several supplemental insurances. To apply, stop by any Shale Pro office or visit their website at www.shalepro.com. A couple minutes here left on the clock. Expect to see the Ironmen come in and make their entrance to the field. Before they do that, we're going to step aside one more time, give our sponsors some airtime, our amazing sponsors that make all these broadcasts possible here on the McGuffey Sports Network, powered by ARH Sports Shop and carried on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. You've been listening to the McKean Plumbing and Heating pregame show.
Jim Murray's Auto Service, located at 122 East Railroad Street in Washington, offers full auto repair, state inspection, emissions, brakes, alignment, tune-ups, oil changes, whatever ails your car or truck. Jim and his qualified team of mechanics can diagnose your vehicle issues and get you back on the road in no time. At Jim Murray's, you're not a service number. Jim takes the time to discuss your auto repair one-on-one before the work is started. Give Jim a call, 724-222-1350. Jim Murray's, professional service with personal small-town treatment.
Alexis Family Dentistry is a full-service general dental practice offering comprehensive dental health care service in a friendly, relaxed atmosphere. Dr. Alexis, a McGuffey graduate, is inspired to make patients her priority by working together for your healthier smile. Her goal is to help you relax and address all your questions and concerns. Your individual treatment plan is crafted to fulfill all your dental health needs and to reach your goals for a beautiful and healthy smile. Call Dr. Alexis today at 724-470-9750 to schedule your appointment. Dr. Alexis, a proud Highlander supporter.
Welcome back here to William Campbell Athletic Field. Steel Valley Ironmen made their entrance there. They're wearing the home burgundy uniforms from head to toe, and they've got the gold numbers on the back there, and they are taking the spot on the far side of the field. Their head coach is Ray Brasso. His assistants are Ronald Carr, Orlando Doolin, Ed Tozy, Kevin Clark, D'Angelo Mitchell, Jeff Hruska.
All right.
And then for McGuffey, of course you know Ed Dalton, the head coach. He's assisted by John Leisure, Scott McEwen, Nate Perry, Jeremy Fisher, Justin Wise, Mike Fatigani, Sean Phillips, Patrick Frey, Jared Johnson, Heath Shriver, and Ed Berg, and Camden Fletcher.
So we found out who the missing link was there in the number. It was actually number 57, Brendan Snyder, and number 7, Bruce Brookins for the Steel Valley Ironmen. For McGuffey was number 22, Ethan Dietrich, and number 2, Philip McEwen. Steel Valley will, as we said, take the opening kickoff here at the start the first half. McGuffey referring to the second half.
Oh yeah, Nick Podolsky is out. We see him down on the sideline, but not in the not in uniform tonight. So yeah, we were talking about that.
Yeah, we were talking about the shame because he was a big part of this McGuffey team throughout the season. So obviously his presence going to be missed here tonight.
Wearing a pretty big boot down there on that right leg.
Yeah, it doesn't look too pretty, to be honest with you.
All right, so back deep for Steel Valley. We got number 1, Del Mario Shields, and who's that on the left side? Number 6, I believe, right?
But there's also number 2,
Sean White.
Dayron Barkside.
2, that's it. Yeah,
standing back there near the 12-yard line. And Deshaun Wright also back standing on the 12, and it looks like kicking off for McGuffey. It's going to be number 22, Ethan Dietrich. And Dietrich's going to tee it up here at the 40 on the near sideline on the left hash, closest to the booth.
All right. Short run up here for Dietrich. He did a lot of squib kicking last week. We'll see if they have a similar plan here tonight with this wet field. Little shift in the formation here as he gets the crew ready to go. Oh, it's an onside kick right from the beginning, and it's going to be recovered by, it looks like Steel Valley's going to have it, and they got it on the plus side of the 50, right at the 49-yard line. McGuffey players saying they have it, but there's no signal yet. McGuffey does think they have it.
There's a good possibility. Everyone's getting excited. They're saying it's McGuffey ball.
Well, let's see who comes out here and get an official signal from the ref. It is McGuffey football.
Wow.
Jason touched on this in the pregame show, saying we might see some of that. And McGuffey comes up with the onside kick to take the first possession of the game at their own 49-yard line.
Yeah, Jason was spot on by saying that whenever I heard you two banter. And I mean, why not come out with the element of surprise? And Ed Dalton does it, and the onside kick prevails, so it's going to be Highlander ball, 1st and 10 at their own 49.
McAdoo wide to the right side. Travis White split to the left side, which is the short side of the field. McEwen under center. He's going to hand off right up the middle to Droboy. He gets hit, and he's going to be driven back and taken down hard. He should have had a yard there on forward progress. He is going to get that, so 2nd down and 9 coming up for the Highlanders.
Yeah, he went airborne. He couldn't even hit the line of scrimmage, but it was number 30, Angel Herrera, who was leading the charge defensively that time, and he just stuffed Droboy right at the line of scrimmage. But they do give him at least a 1 yard, so it looks like it's going to be 2nd and 9 from the 50. Surprised he actually got 1 yard out of that.
Ryan Keith into the game with the play. He'll line up again on that left side. McAdoo splits wide to the right. 2nd down and 9. McEwen under center. Man in motion is Dietrich. And they fake the pitch, looking to pass. He's got single coverage down the middle. There's Brookman. It's going to be caught. Kyle Brookman catches at the 20-yard line. 1st down, McGuffey, and they're in the red zone.
And he beat Cruz Brooks on the right side as he just ran a simple streak down the hash mark. And it looked like it was going to be slightly underthrown, but I'll tell you what, Brookman's hand-eye coordination really came into play, and he hauls it just inside the red zone down to the 19, so the Highlanders go big with the pass, 1st and 10.
I'd mentioned that to Jason. They've had a lot of success with that play action and hitting that other tailback down the seam, and they went right to it here on this opening drive. McAdoo again to the right. This time White back in there. He's on the left side. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. And it's going to be up the middle with McEwen. He's following his fullback, and he's got a nice push, still on his feet, but forward progress will get him down to the 14-yard line. That's a gain of 5. It'll bring up 2nd down and 5.
And I'll tell you what, Droboy, again, trying to lead the way for his quarterback. I mean, he got pretty banged up on that first play, but obviously he didn't let it affect him that time. And Philip McEwen able to get it down inside the 15 to the 14-yard line. So a 2nd and 5 for McGuffey, and they're on the move here.
Ryan Keith back into the huddle. Play clock down the 20. We mentioned that McGuffey more than likely is going to take their time on a lot of these as they come to the line of scrimmage with 14 on it. This time, McAdoo in tight on that right side as a tight end. And man in motion's Brookman. They pitch it to him. He's going to try to cut back up the middle. Nice cutback. He's got the 1st down, and he's inside the 5. Still getting a push from the lineman. He's still heading towards the goal line. Did he get in? He's in! Kyle Brookman takes it in from 14 yards. And McGuffey's on the board, 6-0.
I mean, you knew he was determined on that play to get into the end zone. He's like, I know I have to score. And whenever you flip the light to go, and as big, as strong as you are, you got to get that body into the end zone. And Brookman able to surge from 14 yards out, gets the Highlanders on the board.
Kyle Brookman had a nice cutback there to initially get the 1st down and goal. And then he and the lineman helped move that train into the end zone. Here's Dylan Stewart. We have a messed up snap there. This one is not, this point after attempt is going nowhere because I didn't even see the ball come back off the snap. So point after is no good and not even kicked. But with 9:47 to go in the first quarter, McGuffey on the board first. They take the lead here at Steel Valley, 6-0. Right back here on the McGuffey Sports Network, powered by Air H Sports Shop, here on the Triple Live High School Sports Network.
Looking for beautiful yet gently used items for your home, apartment, or office? Then visit the Back Lot, located at 840 Ray Street in Washington. The Back Lot, formerly known as Badillions, has proudly served the Washington County area for over 50 years. They offer a wide variety selection of furniture, appliances, home furnishings, college dorm supplies, antiques, and sporting goods. With their ever-changing selection of amazing finds and great savings, any item purchased can be brought home the same day, saving you more than you ever could imagine. Like them on Facebook or call them at 724-705-7662. The Back Lot. No thrills, just deals. Something for everyone.
Welcome back here to William Campbell Athletic Field, and McGuffey on the board first. The trick at the beginning with the onside kick recovery, and then took it down and made it pay off the touchdown. No extra point, but on the board 6-0 here in the first 2.5 minutes. See what they do again here. Steel Valley has a lot more players up towards that line, and it's going to be end over end. Heading back, it's going to be caught at the 15. And up over the 20 now to the 25, cutting back to the middle, and here's a hole, and going to be across the 35. That was Barkside, Donald Barksdale with the return, number 3. And a good return that'll give the Ironmen first down at their own 37-yard line to start this drive.
I think Steel Valley from here on out is going to be kind of on edge. The way that McGuffey can kind of come up to the line and either try to go with the short kick or kick it deep that time. They start out with great field position at their own 37-yard line. 9:39 left here in the first quarter of play.
Bruce Brookins, their quarterback. He is 6'2", 180. He's in the shotgun. He's got 4 wide receivers, and he's going to fake the handoff and take it right up the middle. Breaks left, and he's got a hole. He's down to the sideline now. He's got 1 minute beat. That's Connor Crow. Cuts back inside, and he's gone. He's got away from the tacklers, and he's going to take it to the 5 and into the end zone. Bruce Brookins made a lot of nifty moves down that left sideline. It looked like Connor Crow had slowed him up enough, but they couldn't make the tackle, and just like that, the game is tied. And that's a 63-yard touchdown run for the quarterback.
Yeah, all he had to do was follow his lockers. He got some room to the left side of the line there, and he just takes it straight down the hash mark. And, yeah, credit to Crow for trying to slow him up, but obviously it wasn't enough, and all it took was one play for Steel Valley to respond.
And they look to take the lead here. And that is, who's the kicker there? Carstetter. And this one is up and good. So it's 9:24 to go in the first quarter. Steel Valley takes the lead 7-6 right back here on the McGuffey Sports Network, powered by Area Sports Shop here on the Triple Live High School Sports Network.
Looking to earn fast cash for scrap metal and vehicles? Brookman Iron and Metals will pay you top dollar for unwanted scrap metal or junk cars. Since 1931, Brookman Iron and Metals has offered the highest market prices for scrap metal, from iron to brass to vehicles. Looking to recycle? Their local family-owned company will take any recyclable metal off your hands. In addition, you have easy access to their clean location to recycle without a hassle. Don't let recyclable metal materials take up your much-needed space. Use a roll-off container from Brookman Iron and Metals to provide you with a convenient solution for your recycling needs. Brookman Iron and Metals, located at 4 Race Street in Washington, 724-222-4260.
All right, just like that, Steel Valley answers, and on the board takes the lead back 7-6. Lots of excitement here in the opening minutes. By the way, we just got word that the Trib is having some issues with the video link. So if people are having trouble logging in and getting the video at the Trib, but they still want to watch it, you can go to YouTube and just type in the search McGuffey at Steel Valley. McGuffey at Steel Valley at YouTube, and that should get you here to our video broadcast. You can also go to McGuffeySports.com for that as well. End over end kick. It's a short one. It's going to be down. It's a live ball and roll out of bounds. That flag will come out for the penalty. That'll give McGuffey the ball at the 35-yard line to start their second offensive possession. And real quick, Neshannock is up 7-0 on Wash High. A little update there for the other quarterfinal matchup on the on the same side of the bracket. That game at Neshannock this week. So McGuffey, second offensive possession, a little bit through the air, in on the ground. We'll see if they keep it mixed up. And we have a penalty as well. Oh, yeah, they're just calling it. Okay, the flag. Making sure there was nothing on top of the kick going out of bounds. So ball, they'll place it at the 35. Well, that Brookins, that was an impressive run.
Yeah, he showcased a lot of speed to the outside. Hopefully the Highlanders, their second go-around on defense, are able to contain him.
All right. And once again, McAdoo in tight. Wide receivers, Travis White to the left. Brookman's in motion. They pitch. He wants to run. He's got a hole at the middle. He's crossed the 35, gets hit from behind, and he's going to have a 4-yard gain out to the 39-yard line. It was a big hole, but it closed quickly after he got through that initial wave. It'll bring up second down and 6.
Yeah, and Brookins was leading the charge that time from the safety position, came up and was able to meet Brookman, but that was a hard 4-yard spot by Kyle Brookman in this McGuffey offense.
Ryan Keith will bring the play in from the sideline. Very physical team here in Steel Valley. You can tell that from the early going. When they tackle, they like to make a pretty big impact, and it'll be second down here. McEwen gets a snap, and he's going to run the option right, and he tries to pitch late. He gets it off. Here's Dietrich around. He's going to dive forward for a few across the 40, gain of 4. out to the 43-yard line. That will bring up a 3rd down and 2 to go for the Highlanders.
And I'll tell you what, the defense that time really just kind of crashed in on McEwen, and he was lucky because he had 2 defenders around him, and he was able to flip that at the last second to Dietrich. And just amazing hand-eye coordination by the halfback that time on the option to just read it in and try to make a little bit of something out of nothing.
3rd down and 2. Big play here for the McGuffey offense. Their own 43, McEwen sends one wide receiver left. And he's going to pitch again. Here goes Brookman, cuts back up the middle, gets hit, and he gets pushed forward. He's got the 1st down across the 45, still pushing out near midfield. And that'll be a 1st and 10 for the Highlanders.
Just another outstanding run by Brookman. And obviously the all-out blitz by Steel Valley. They had all stacked on the line that time because they knew that the Highlanders were going to try to take it right up the gut, but they go with the toss to Brookman. He finds a little crease in the traffic there. He gets north, gets across the 50, or he gets to the 49, that is, almost to the midfield stripe. So the Highlanders with fresh set of downs here, trying to go back on the move.
Ryan Keith to the left side, and they are keeping the other wide receivers. No, they're going to send McAdoo to the slot left this time. Line up right in the middle of the field. Man in motion, Dietrich up the middle. Droboy's got a hole, and he just got tripped up as he crosses the 45-yard line. But that's a 6-yard gain on 1st down. That'll bring up 2nd down and 4.
Yeah, Steel Valley at that time. 2 linebackers there in the Sam and the Mike backer, and they just kind of went right through the B gap, and the lineman just kind of blew them out of the way. And you can see
2nd down and 4.
Well, we didn't go back to replay, but that's okay. But Droboy was able to take it right up on the left side of the center through that A gap, and if he doesn't get tripped up, I think that's a 1st down, Rusty. But still, a gain of 6 is pretty good for this McGuffey team.
Travis White and McAdoo again to the left side. 2nd down and 4 from the Steel Valley 45-yard line. Man in motion, Dietrich, and this is up the middle to Droboy again. Bounces off of one tackler and falls forward. He's close to a 1st down, and he may have it here. We'll see where they give him the spot. Actually, they're moving it back on that far side.
Yeah, he fell just a bit short. He was trying to lunge out, but his right hip actually that time had leaned down and touched the turf. So it's going to be a 3rd and short from the 42. 1st down marker at the 41 for McGuffey.
Yeah, they need to get to the 41 for the 1st, so I would imagine you're talking 2-down territory here if they need it. But McAdoo this time will go to the right, Ryan Keith to the left. 3rd down and 1. McEwen. Everybody in tight for Steel Valley. Here's a quarterback sneak, and he's got it. He's across the 40 and I think down to the 39. So that is a pickup of 3 on the play by McEwen. That'll move the sticks again for the Highlanders.
Yeah, I mean, you have to play smart football, but with it being that close and the weather being the way that it is, I mean, obviously no one's going to be able to kick a 53-yard field goal. So why not just use your 4-down territory and try to go all 4 to try to get the 1st down, you know?
1st down and 10. Ball at the Steel Valley 39. Travis White to the left, McAdoo to the right. And Travis White actually will line up in tight as well as a tight end. And in motion, Dietrich. He gets this pitch, and he gets hit behind the line of scrimmage. We have a flag that came in right around the line of scrimmage as well from the far side official. So it's a loss of 1 on the play on the run, but now we'll see what the penalty is. That's a hold against McGuffey.
Yeah, it's going to hurt McGuffey. I mean, this late in the season and just coming through like a house of fire was number 70, Gregory Smith. He was able to break through the offensive line of the Highlanders, and he was able to stuff the back that time. And don't know who threw the hold on the far right side of the line, but obviously side judge able to see that, and that puts McGuffey with that penalty back to the midfield stripe.
Yeah, they got to get down to the 29-yard line for a 1st down. That penalty is going to back them up 11 yards. And imagine, let's see him try to go to the air here again, but Ryan Keith will carry that play into his quarterback. 5:18 remaining here in the first quarter of play. 7-6, Steel Valley over McGuffey. Both teams scored on their opening drive. Man in motion, Brookman gets it on the jet sweep. He's got a blocker on the corner. Can he get it? He's across midfield and dives forward for a few. Got tripped up there as he gets down to the 46-yard line. That is a gain of 4, and that will bring up 2nd down and 17.
I mean, I like how the offense that time tried to take the play wide to the left side, and Droboy was trying to lead the way for Brookman, but if Brookman could have followed his fullback just a little bit better, he would have saw to try to cut it up inside instead of trying to draw it so wide, because that's where all the action was at.
This time, both wide receivers, Travis White and Tristan McAdoo, split to the right side. Nobody out covering White yet. They are going to send Jason Wright out there, and here is the handoff laid up the middle, and that is going nowhere. It was Brookman on that late handoff, and he's going to lose a yard back to the 47, so that'll bring up 3rd down and 18 here for McGuffey.
Jason Hauser and Gregory Smith in on the tackle for Steel Valley that time. And this Steel Valley defense, Rusty, starting to get acclimated with this McGuffey offense, and I think they're starting to key in on the runs up the center. So far, they've been able to kind of shut that down and stop the Highlanders right in their tracks.
Penalty right now is in danger of shutting down this drive, that 10-yard penalty. They had a lot of success on the ground leading up to that, and now Dietrich in motion. They fake the pitch, and they've got a man down the field again. They're going to throw it. It's Brookman who is going to be in coverage, and it's intercepted, down inside the 20. So basically works like a nice punt. They would have had to punt anyways, so Cruz Brookins with the pick, and that'll give Stowe Rocks the ball inside the 20 at about the 18. It's probably, honestly, better than a punt would have turned out, I would think, at this point.
Oh, yeah, because Steel Valley now deep, I shouldn't say very deep, but deep enough in their own territory now. So even if the pass was to go incomplete, you probably would have had a nice McGuffey punt that would have taken it down inside the 25, or inside the 20 for that matter. But Steel Valley's going to come out 1st and 10 from their own 18.
So that holding penalty is the dagger for that last drive, and now it looks like the McGuffey defense will try to slow down Cruz Brookins in the Ironman offense here. They get the snap, and it's Brookins again rolling. He's got a big hole on the left side. He's got open field again, and he is off. Down to the 40, to the 50, to the 45. Isaiah Dale trying to chase him down and is eventually going to do so inside the 15. And it's all the way down to the 13-yard line. Brookins again with a big gainer, and he just had an enormous hole off that right side.
And right now, I mean, his last 2 offensive plays have just been stellar runs, and he takes this time the near hash mark down the sideline, and the McGuffey defense unable to stop him. And it was, as you said, Isaiah Dale that was able to kind of track him down and throw him out of bounds.
McGuffey and Ed Dalton are going to take that timeout here on the defensive side. We'll take it with them with 3:18 remaining in the first quarter. Steel Valley 7, McGuffey 6. Right back here on the McGuffey Sports Network, powered by Air 8 Sports Shop, carried on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Accidents are unfortunate events and often cause stress and disruption in your daily life. Relax. Let Lombardi Auto Body help you get through this process of getting your vehicle back on the road safely and as quickly as possible. Open since 1984, Lombardi Auto Body is a family-run business that delivers the highest quality repairs with continued customer loyalty. Call Lombardi's First to schedule your free estimate. Lombardi Auto Body, 140 Highland Avenue in Washington, 724-222-3077.
All right, back into field of play go the McGuffey Highlanders defense. It's been 2 big runs so far. It's all the offense that Steel Valley has needed by their quarterback, Cruz Brookins, 1 to the left, 1 to the right. This time, the first one went for a touchdown. The last one almost did. And he's already over 100 yards rushing on 2 carries in this game. He has it he's got it on the right hash here. They've spread it out. They go 4 wide, but right now it's just been quarterback keepers. Back there with him is number 3, Donald Barksdale, sophomore tailback. He's going to line up to the right of him in the shotgun. Brookins again, waiting the snap, 1st and 10. Gets it. And he's going to keep it right up the middle, and he gets hit at the 10 and falls forward for a few more. He's down to the 8-yard line. That will be a gain of 5, bring up 2nd down and 5 for the Ironmen.
Yeah, I think that was Logan Smith that time who was able to kind of charge through there. Looked like it was a quarterback ISO to the right side as he charged through the line, but Smith was able to kind of lay the boom a little bit and disturb his run, but he still gets a couple. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
As they will huddle up here as the clock line's under 3 minutes in the first quarter. Shannock now up on Wash High 14-0 in that game. 3 wide, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Brookins in the shotgun. Tailback to his left. He's going to keep it, and he's going to roll left. He wants to bounce it. He's being chased. He's got the speed. He might get the corner, and he's got the touchdown into the corner of the end zone from 8 yards out. That is Cruz Brookins' 2nd touchdown of the day, and that makes the score 13-0.
Yeah, and again, it was just a simple quarterback keeper to the left side. He really had to draw it out. The McGuffey defense was able to try to go lateral with him, but it wasn't enough. So an 8-yard touchdown run for Brookins puts Steel Valley ahead. with 2:28 left here in the first quarter.
A.J. Carstetter in to attempt the point after. Doing the holding for him is number 6, Jay-Sean Wright. Snap is down, and it's botched, so he's going to run it. Carstetter, or no, actually, Jay-Sean Wright trying to get to the end zone, and he did not make the pylon, so what ended up being a 2-point conversion attempt off the bobbled snap will not be good. So the score remains 13-6 with 2:28 to go in the first quarter. We'll be right back here on the McGuffey Sports Network, powered by ARH Sports Shop.
Are you planning a holiday but need some assistance? Might be confusing, but here's a solution. Sky's Limit Travel. Since 2014, Sky's Limit Travel has been guiding travelers to their vacation destination. Whether it's a family or group vacation, luxurious or romantic getaway, Sky's Limit Travel is happy to assist. Also specializing in cruises and all-inclusive resorts. Sky's Limit Travel offers destination guides for the perfect vacation getaway. For more information, visit their website at skyslimittravel.net or call them at 724-413-3182. Sky's the Limit Travel. Lose yourself in the Caribbean. A Travelers Planner International affiliate.
All right, back here at Steel Valley, and 2 touchdown runs by Cruz Brookins has them on top 13-6 over McGuffey. McGuffey, we talked about it, needing to limit the mistakes, and the holding penalty in that last drive killed a really promising drive as they were moving the ball again, but just can't put yourself that far behind the sticks. Back deep to return. Looks like we got Brookman and Dietrich, I think, back there. And Carstetter will do the kicking. He has it teed up right in the center of the 50-yard line. Last time he kicked it short and out of bounds. This time it's going to be short again, but towards the middle of the field, and catching his Dietrich over the 25. Now he's up to the 30, and he gets tackled there. The tackle on the play was number 2, and that was Deron Barksdale. So nice open field tackle by Barksdale. McGuffey has the ball at their own 30 to start their third offensive possession, and need to keep those yellow flags in the in the pockets of the referee.
Yeah, I mean, that's huge whenever you can, not stall yourself out on a drive with a costly penalty, and that's exactly what hindered McGuffey their last offensive set.
McAdoo to the right, White to the left. McEwen under center. And in motion is Brookman. And he's going to fake the pitch. He's got to run, and he's going to be tracked down from behind and sacked. That was number 12, Coron Pierce. He got in there quickly, and the sack will move McGuffey back. It's a loss of 7 back to the 23-yard line and bring up second down and 17.
Yeah, this offense right now just kind of misfiring on half their cylinders. They're trying to execute these plays, but I'll tell you what, the Steel Valley Ironmen defense just playing with such vengeance right now. And they've done an outstanding job of keeping McGuffey in check here their last 2 drives.
So second down and long. Ryan Keith to the left side. McEwen goes under center. And in motion is Brookman again. They pitch it to him, and he is hitting the backfield, but pushes forward somehow to get at least 2 yards. Gets back to the 25, makes it third down and 15 coming up.
First down marker at the 40 for McGuffey. They're trying to run the ball. They're really not trying to take the ball outside too much, but I'll tell you what, Rusty, they only have gone through the air twice now, and I'll tell you what, if this Steel Valley defense has had any indication on the run, I think you still try to go with things and open it up here.
The play clock down to 14 seconds here. Now McAdoo to the right. And in the game now on the left side is Brennan Mullen. And in motion is Dietrich. They pitch to him inside reverse. Brookman, he's got a bit of a hole across the 25 out to the 30. Gain of about 5. They don't give him the 31. So that will bring up fourth down and 10. The punt team goes on the field for the Highlanders.
Again, I just think it's kind of silly. You're trying to run the ball up the center right now. You've only passed the ball twice. I mean, one was, a substantial gain. Your second, obviously being the INT. But it's only the first quarter. You still have a lot of time left here to shine.
Connor Crow into punt. Deron Barksdale back to receive, as well as, is that Brookins back there as well in the 50?
Yeah, I believe so.
Bruce Brookins, our quarterback, also there in case there's a shorter punt. And it's going to go down the right sideline, and they'll take a nice McGuffey roll inside the 40, and will roll out of bounds at the 32-yard line. Nice punt there by Connor Crow. Well, they're getting changed here. I'll tell you about the Chapman Corporation. It's headquartered in Washington, Pennsylvania. Chapman Corporation has been providing industrial customers with civil, mechanical, and electrical construction services for 70 years. Metal fabrication as well as engineering capabilities. Our customer base consists of clients in natural gas, power, steel, chemical, and glass industries. The Chapman Corporation in Washington, PA. We are in Munhall, PA at the William Campbell Athletic Field, home of the Steel Valley Ironmen, and they are about to take the third offensive possession here from their own 32-yard line. It's been all Cruz Brookins all night tonight. He's in the shotgun again. 10 seconds to go in the first quarter. He's going to, this time he does hand it off, and there's a big hole coming across the 40, the 45, the 50. Cutting outside is Barksdale, and he gets all the way to the 4. Oh, and a horrible late hit by Romastan. He came in late, and this is going to add 15 more yards to that. Was Deshaun Wright, not Barksdale. It was Deshaun Wright, number 6 on the carry. And what not a good move. It was well after the play, and it's going to push the ball probably down inside the 25-yard line.
Yeah, it was pretty unnecessary, though. Couldn't tell if he had a face mask there on the near side, and that's what caused Romastan to go for the late hit.
No, he wasn't even close. He ran in late and just hit him late. And it was yeah, I mean, you're trying to slow down the team. You don't need to give them 3 yards. That's 2 big penalty mistakes here in the early going for McGuffey. And they're having a hard enough time stopping this ground game of the Ironman, and now you're just going to tack 15 more yards on it. It is going to be 1st and 10 at the Highlander 23-yard line. Can't imagine that that would make Coach Dalton very happy there, but Brookins in the shotgun again. 3 wide to the left, 1 to the right. Number 3, Donald Barksdale to his right, and he hands it off to him, and he is surrounded and gets hit late, still stays on his feet, and now he's got across the 20. He should have been dropped for a loss, but nobody could bring him down, and he gets all the way down inside the 20 to the 17-yard line for a 7-yard gain.
And that's going to be the end of the first quarter here at William Campbell Athletic Field.
Yep, and after 1 quarter of play, it is Steel Valley 13, McGuffey 6. Right back here for the second quarter, the McGuffey Sports Network, powered by RH Sports Shop, care of the Triple Live High School Sports Network.
Since 1988, Tri-State Designs has provided customers with the highest quality awards for all occasions. Conveniently located on Main Street in Claysville, Tri-State Designs features a full showroom with many examples of the various awards they offer. Trophies, plaques, ribbons, engravings, or maybe you need a custom order. No problem. Stop in or give them a call at 724-663-5346. Tri-State Designs, a trusted award shop and proud supporter of McGuffey Athletics.
Highlander fans, let's face it, nobody enjoys when their vehicle needs service work. So let the trusted professionals at Route 40 Auto ease your worries. It's quality service and diagnostics with a hometown feel, offering brakes, exhaust, tune-ups, engine repair, transmission repair, suspension repair, and regular maintenance for your vehicle. Maybe it's as simple as an oil change or as pesky as a state and emission test. Call Route 40 Auto at 724-484-7963 or stop in at 150 Route 40 West in West Alexander.
All right, back here at William Campbell Athletic Field, the start of the third quarter. Steel Valley on the move, and that time McGuffey did have tacklers in position. They could not bring down the tailback, Barksdale, and he gets a 6-yard gain. They marked him down there at the 17, so it is 2nd down and 4 to go, and they're on the left hash. Brookins will be in the shotgun again.
Yeah, McGuffey needs a big stop here on defense to start this second quarter.
And in motion, it's right, and it's going to be up the middle again, and this time the quarterback is hit, but still, he does go down. It's going to be a gain of 1 at the 16, so that is the best defensive play of the game so far for McGuffey. The only gain of 1. It's going to be 3rd down and 3 to go.
And it's not even a lot of misdirection Steel Valley's using right now, Russ. I mean, it's just simple plays that the Ironmen are kind of following through with. But obviously the key is that the defense are reading from their vantage point. It's kind of taken themselves completely out of the play, and that's why that middle has been wide open for Brookins. And he's used that to his advantage.
This is the first third down of the day for Steel Valley so far. And Brookins awaits the snap. He's going to run right. And he's trying to bounce outside. He's hit and dropped in the backfield. Eric Donley came in and brought him down for a big loss back at the 21-yard line. And that will bring up 4th down.
Yeah, I mean, Donley that time was able to kind of move over to the right side, and he was able to edge up. And he knew that, they were taking it to the strong side of the field.
4th down and 8 now after the loss. Looks like they're keeping the offense on the field here. It would be a pretty long field goal. It would be probably a 38-yard attempt if they were to kick from here. So Brookins in the shotgun, 2 wide receivers to the right side this time, 1 to the left. We haven't seen him go to the air yet. We'll see if he does it here. Gets the snap, he is. He's looking left. He throws it. It's a lofty pass. There's coverage. It's going to be incomplete. Wow, the receiver made a good adjustment to come back in front of Romastan, but it went right through his hands, and you can see he knows he should have had that.
Yeah,
it was intended for McCall Valentine.
Yeah, Mackay Valentine that time, and there was 3 defenders in the vicinity, and I'll tell you what, Rusty, when Brookins released that thing, I mean, waterproof that chicken and give it a kazoo, because that was a duck if I've ever seen one.
That was a turnover on downs for McGuffey defense, so kudos to them for stepping up, giving their offense back the ball here as they trail by 1 score with 10:28 to go in the first half of play. McEwen has 1st and 10 here with his offense at the 21-yard line. He's under center. He gets it. And he gets hit, and it's like, I don't know if he ran into Droboy or if the center got pushed back into him, but that was doomed from the beginning. It's going to be no gain on the play, bring up 2nd down and 10.
And it goes back to ball control again, and the Highlanders lucky they didn't drop that one down on the carpet and turn it over, being right at the 21, their own 21, that is. So they're going to come out and try it again here, and it looks like running in from the sidelines with the play is Ryan Keith for this next offensive set.
Clock winds under 10 minutes to go in the half. 2nd down and 10. Lone wide out is Tristan McAdoo to the right side.
2nd and 11.
And in motion, and to give it to him, it's Wagers, and he's going to try to get the corner, and he cuts upfield at the 25, and he drops the ball. There's a flag on the play at the 26-yard line.
Highlanders recover, but there is a flag.
McGuffey did cover. He did, and the ball came out, and McGuffey recovered, but we'll see what this flag is.
Let's see who this one goes against.
Officials talk it over. The flag sitting at the 25. That was 5 yards beyond the line of scrimmage.
I mean, you have to give credit to Ryan Keith. They're trying to stretch that one out.
It is holding against McGuffey, so yeah, it was Charles Wagers' first carry of the game, and the holding, it was going to be a gain of 5. Now it's a loss of at least 6 as they put the penalty all the way back to the 15-yard line. McGuffey needs to get out to the 31 for a 1st down. It is 2nd down and 16 to go here.
I mean, they're just kind of hurting themselves right now and stabbing themselves right in the foot with these penalties. They've been pretty costly on these past couple of drives.
McAdoo to the right, Travis White split wide of the far side of the field. And up the middle, it's the fullback, Droboy. He's pushing forward, gets spun around. It's a gain of a couple out to the 17-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd down and long.
And again, the run up the gut right now isn't there. That defense just kind of stunning in and trying to clog those A and B gaps, trying to force Droboy into maybe bouncing it outside or hindering him for no gain. Then they should try to take it a little bit wider again. Try to go back to the air because it's there.
All right. 3rd down and long. 3rd down and about 14 to go here for McGuffey. McEwen under center. Man in motion is Dietrich. It's going to be a reverse to McAdoo. He's going to try to run. He might throw this. No, he gets hit, and he's still on his feet, but he's way back at the 5 and eventually brought down there. That is going to be a loss of about 13 yards when it's all said and done, and going to bring up 4th down and very long punt situation.
And that took entirely too long. That was good intentions, I understand, but I'll tell you what, whenever McAdoo received the toss and tried to take it wide, he had a couple defenders in front of him at that point. He knew the play was busted. He should have tried to get north instead of trying to pass and make something happen.
So Connor Crowe deep in his end zone to punt this ball. And it is Barksdale back to receive the punt along with Cruz Brookins. He is the short returner at the 27-yard line. It's another penalty hurting a McGuffey drive. This one is going to be punted, and it's it's a short one. It's coming right here towards us, and that is going to be excellent field position for Steel Valley. It's going to be somewhere inside the 25, right at the 22-yard line is where they're going to mark it. So Steel Valley, basically where they left off, this is where they had the 4th down play that turned it over on downs. They get the ball right back here with 7:52 left to go in the first half, leading 13-6.
I mean, it's no different than a mulligan in golf right now for how awful that punt was. And I hate to say that, but I mean, whenever it's flopping end over end like a dead fish out of water, I mean, you got to try to make something happen to give yourself a little bit more of an advantage right now.
Score update for Neshannock Wash High. It's now 14-7 Neshannock over the Prexies. And that one's in the second quarter, so Wash High on the board. And there is I think we have maybe too many men on the field. They broke the huddle, and the referee threw the flag. And that's the only thing I can think of because there was still 7 seconds on the play clock. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I only see 11.
That's all I counted was 11. 1, 2, 3.
Legal substitution. So there was someone maybe left the huddle. Yeah, so it wasn't too many men. It was a legal substitution, so it must have something to do with the huddle. So either way, yeah, that is going to mark them back 5 yards and make it 1st and 15 from the McGuffey 27-yard line.
Just a simple slap on the wrist for that.
All right, this time they will send 2 wide receivers to the right side and 2 to the left. Brookins gets in the shotgun again. Once again, Donald Barksdale to his left. Brookins gets it and fakes the handoff, and he cuts up the middle, and he's cutting left to the 20, the 15, to the 5, and he's going to be into the end zone. Bruce Brookins, his 3rd touchdown of the night, and this one comes from 27 yards out.
And he just can't be stopped. And that's all it comes down to, a little bit of misdirection and keys not being read, and Brookins again this time just takes it right into the end zone for another Ironman touchdown.
Point after attempt will be, yes, they are bringing number 15, A.J. Carstetter, out again. All right, so they ready to attempt the point after attempt with Carstetter. Snap is down this time. The kick is low, and did it sneak across? It did. With 7:45 to go in the first half, Steel Valley now leads McGuffey 20-6. Right back here on the McGuffey Sports Network, powered by ARH Sports Shop, carried to the Triple Live High School Sports Network.
Highlanders Nation, looking for that perfect piece of clothing to showcase your McGuffey spirit? Look no further than Fanatic Impressions at 166 South Main Street in Washington. Fanatic Impressions offers a wide variety of sporting goods, athletic apparel, and school spirit gear. Have an event coming up? Fanatic Impressions offers custom bulk screen printing and promotional product printing to help make your team, event, wedding, or business all the more personal. Open Monday through Saturday. Fanatic Impressions at 166 South Main Street in Washington.
All right, and Steel Valley with the 3rd touchdown from their quarterback, Bruce Brookins. That one, a 27-yard touchdown pass. I think I overheard that they said he's up over 140 yards already here in the first half in rushing. And that time just out sprinted everybody to the pylon and takes a 26 lead here with 7:45 to go. Back deep is Brookman, and who is on the left hash? Who we got? Is that Wagers back there with him, maybe? Or
No, that's number 30.
Oh, is it Donnelly?
Eric Donnelly back there.
Deep. Okay. This is a short pooch kick, and it's going to be fair caught by one of the linemen, and a great job of that. Who got that one?
That was number 70.
And that is Reno Presto. Look at the hands on him.
And he called for a fair catch.
He did. That's
smart
heads
for
up
him.
play, yeah. So McGuffey's got excellent field position. Their 2nd best field position of the night. First best came when they did the onside kick and got at their own 49, but they're at their own 44 right now, and they need to get something going here. You can't let this Steel Valley team stretch that lead out too far. So a big, important drive here for the McGuffey offense. 1st and 10 at their own 44. McEwen under center. And he wants to pass. He's rolling. He's being chased. He throws downfield. McAdoo is going to come up, and it's intercepted. It is. It's going to be intercepted. McAdoo makes the tackle.
Oh, there's a late flag, though, that came in. I think they're going to call roughing the passer.
Who was that on the interception? That was number Shields. That was Shields, but we have a flag. So hold on everything. Del Mario Shields had the pick. We'll get the call from the official. Personal foul. It is roughing the passer. We saw, McEwen was being chased by about 3 different Ironmen, and they hit him after he had got rid of the ball.
Yeah, it was right after he had released it. There were 2 that just kind of gang tackled him. So
Demario Shields, a great job coming up and play that ball, but it's all for naught now as the big penalty for McGuffey will move them into Ironman territory for the 3rd time tonight. Oh, he was ejected.
Oh, he was ejected?
Who was it? Oh, it was
wow.
That's,
okay.
I guess, the high school version of targeting, I guess. There's what it sounds like. Do we get a number on that? Okay. And first down and 10. Droboy up the middle, and he pushes across the 40 down to the 38-yard line. That's a gain of 3 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 7. We'll try to get a number on that.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely going to hurt that Steel Valley defense to see who it was who came in with the late hit with the headshot.
Oh, yeah, he lowered the head right into the chin of McEwen. Someone came off
Barksdale?
This came off the right side of that defensive line. All right, so 2nd down and 7 to go here. McGuffey inside the 40-yard line of Steel Valley. Man in motion's Brookman. They pitch it to him, and he cuts up. He gets hit at the line of scrimmage, and he is going to lose a yard. Right back to the 40-yard line, loss of 1, actually loss of 2 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, McGuffey right now starting to stall out after the big pass interference play, or no, I'm sorry, the late hit on McEwen. So it's going to be 3rd and 9. McGuffey at the Steel Valley 40. The first down marker looks to be the 31, so that's how far they have to get to keep this drive alive.
Clock down to 6 minutes and 13 seconds to go. McGuffey taking their time, and I think they're going to take a timeout. They are going to let the play clock wind down, and then Coach Dalton's going to take their timeout there. We'll take it with them. We'll be right back here on the McGuffey Sports Network, powered by ARH Sports Shop, carried on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Trib Live has a little something for everyone. Sports from high school.
32-yard line, which would be near the first down sticks, McGuffey. So that they were in a position to probably pin Steel Valley down deep with a punt, but now you're going to punt back from your own end of the field here. So
I don't even know where the personal foul penalty came from, because I know it was late and it happened. The flag came out right as we said about the 32.
So this is going to put it back at the 44-yard line. So
will be marched back to their own 44-yard line.
And Connor Crow into punt again. Barksdale back deep to receive. Connor Crow needs to get a little bit better punt off here to set up his defense in better position. There's the snap. And he does get a nice one. And if this is a blocking infraction, it's going to back them up. And he would have been better served.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
And
he
get the touchback.
Would have had it at the 20 at least, but he scooped it up right about, what, the 1.5 yard line maybe?
It was close to going in.
Which, I mean, yeah, you have to know your surroundings that time.
Here's a replay. You can see it was a nice punt. He scoops it up right at the 1.
Okay, so he wasn't.
He made some nice moves to make a nice return, but what you do there, you give yourself, there's a block in the back. So it'll be half the distance to the goal. And the flag was at the 10. They're going to mark that all the way back to the 5-yard line. So they could have easily had the ball at the 20, but McGuffey's defense is not going to complain about that. They will back them up to the 5. 5:23 to go. Steel Valley still has all their timeouts left here in this first half of play. They lead 20-6 over the Highlanders. And it's been all Cruz Brookins all night. He has had 3 touchdown runs, and he is, I think, well over 150 yards in the game so far. He is in the shotgun again. 3 wide, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Play clock down to 4 seconds. And they are going to use their first timeout of the half. So keep it here, tell you about Shell Pro Energy Services, the best-in-class natural gas service provider. They are looking for new employees like you. Shell Pro offers a range of services across the region, and they are currently looking for operators, roustabouts, and compressor operators to support their clients in the western Pennsylvania area. Working for Shell Pro doesn't only give you full-time local work, but they also offer paid vacation time, health insurance, dental and vision insurance, company match 401k, and several supplemental insurances. To apply, stop into any Shell Pro office or visit their website, www.shellpro.com.
Rusty, I was just looking here, some of the other local teams playing from around the region. I know there's a big one happening against Can McMillan and North Allegheny, and after 1 quarter of play, both teams deadlocked at 0.
All right. You keep our eye on that one. Ken and Mac really had a nice second half of the season to get
they came on strong
into the playoffs.
Really surprised a lot of people, and they got in because of, I think, was it North Allegheny defeating Seneca Valley in the last week of the season?
So, do this again here. 25 seconds on the play clock. All right. 5:23 to go here, and Steel Valley with the ball. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, and Brookins hurdles over him at the line of scrimmage. He's across the 10. He's the 15. Wants to try the right sidelines down to the 20, the 25, and goes out of bounds. He's got the first down and then some. He's out at the 25.
And again, it's just been a quarterback ISO off the tight side of the field, and that's where he's been getting a lot of his momentum. Is he was able to hurdle someone on that last play, just really trying to showcase his athleticism.
So picks up 20 on that one. Brookins continues to have an amazing night here on their first playoff game of the year. They had the bye week last week, Steel Valley did, and they earned that by going 9-0, winning their conference, and also beating another conference champ in Stowe Rocks early in the season. So Brookins put his talent on display tonight, and we have another timeout, the second one taken here in as many plays by Steel Valley. So we will step aside. We'll be right back here on the McGuffey Sports Network, powered by Air Raid Sports Shop, carried on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Hi, everyone. Zach Waters from the McGuffey Sports Network. Whenever your home or business decides to give you a headache, turn to the experts you can trust at McKean Plumbing and Heating, located at 468 West Chestnut Street in Washington, and is your source for plumbing, heating, electrical, and air conditioning. Whether it's a job for the do-it-yourselfer, a routine service call, or an installation, let the experienced staff assist with your needs. Call them at 724-225-6260 or stop in and visit them Monday through Fridays 8 to 6 and Saturdays 8 to 4. Plumbing, heating, electrical, or air conditioning, answer McKean. PA 9085.
After the Steel Valley timeout, 5:16 to go here in the first half. Steel Valley leads 20-6. They have the ball 1st and 10 on their own 25-yard line. Brookins back in the shotgun again. 3 wide, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Man in motion. And it's handed off to him. It looked like it popped up in the air on the snap, but he is going to be thrown down. Nice tackle by Logan Smith. And that was Deshaun Wright trying to get here around this left corner. And Logan Smith with a nice tackle from behind and forces the loss back to the 20. It'll bring up 2nd down and 15.
I mean, it was amazing how he was able to just kind of jet through everybody and just identify Deshaun Wright trying to take that handoff to the right side, and he just blows it up. So 2nd and 15 for the Ironmen.
It looked like the ball kind of slipped through Brookins' hand on that snap, but he was able to get it to Wright anyways. But Logan Smith with a very nice tackle here as we go 2nd down and 15. Brookins again. And he's going to keep it right and cuts back in the middle, and he gets hit right at the line of scrimmage and is going to gain maybe 1 out to the 21. And that will bring up 3rd down and 14 to go.
In that time, the defense just kind of stayed home, and they stood their ground.
3rd and 13.
They gave him 2 there out to the 22. So 3rd and 13 now. Clock winds down to 4 minutes to play in the first half. Play clock down to about 17 to go. 4 wide. Trips to the right, 1 to the left. Brookins in the shotgun. Only had 1 pass attempt so far. Now he's going to have his second. It looks like no. He's going to try to keep it and head up the middle, and he gets by a man at 25-30. First down to the 35. Got some space outside. Isaiah Dale trying to chase him down again, 40, and pushes out of bounds inside the 35-yard line. So looked like they could have had him around the line of scrimmage. They didn't, and a big gain gives Brookins the first down all the way into McGuffey territory at the 32-yard line.
And they're just kind of smacking off. They're not fully wrapping up and trying to tackle. It's a lot of arm tackling right now. And again, Brookins just showcasing off his natural speed. And, I mean, he turned a surefire loss into a huge gain as he takes it out across the middle, and he gets finally tackled at the Highlanders 32.
3:30 to go. The play goes out of bounds and stops the clock with that amount. So they'll have their first down at the McGuffey 32. Play clock down to 6 seconds. Brookins gets it, and he hands it off this time, and it's going to be stopped back in the backfield for a loss. That was Coron Pierce with his first carry of the game, and he gets no gain, so 2nd down and 10 coming up here. Clock winds under 3:13.
Yeah, Evan Brookman led the charge that time for the McGuffey defense. He, Troy Falosk being another one, and Logan Smith able to kind of come in and stop the run. So no gain, another 2nd and 10 for Steel Valley inside 3 minutes ago here in the half, and still a pretty close game.
McGuffey will have the kickoff in the second half. They took advantage of an onside kick recovery to actually get the opening kickoff, give them possession. 2nd down and 10 here, 4 wide, 2 to each side. Brookins throws right, wide receiver screen. It's caught. Cutting back inside, getting tripped up there was a wide receiver for a very short gain.
He got tripped up by Brookman, who just kind of stayed home and tried to take the legs out with a nice wrap.
It was Jay-Sean Wright with the catch on the wide receiver screen. It was kind of a low pass. He had to hold up and gave Brooklyn a chance to come in and tackle him.
And I was really thinking the way he was going down, that knee almost was going to be touching the turf, so it would have been an even, more of a loss, but still a 3rd and 8. And Steel Valley trying to convert here.
2:09 to go on the winding clock. It's 3rd down and 9. Brookins in the shotgun. And McGuffey wants to blitz, and they're throwing down the right side again. There is coverage, but it is incomplete.
And no interference, and going back and playing that ball beautifully for McGuffey was Isaiah Dale.
He did a great job there, get himself in position and timed the jump well.
He did. He was able to. He was trying to come down with it there in the far right corner of the pylon there, but close, but no cigar. But still, it's a 4th and 8 for Steel Valley.
They keep the offense on the field here, 4th and 9 to go, and with the clock stopped at 1:55 on the incompletion, McGuffey looking to get this turnover on downs and possibly get the ball back for a chance for their offense late in this first half. But first order of business is stopping number 7. Bruce Brookins in the shotgun. He's got it, and he's going to keep it again, and he is hit and goes down, and he's going to lose a yard. Turnover on downs will give McGuffey the ball at 32-yard line. Great job there by the Highlanders defense, stepping up when they needed to. They'll give the ball back to their offense with 1:48 to go in the half.
So they can try to establish a drive here, but they really need to play smart, no down and distance. Maybe try to run out the clock, but I'll tell you what, they get the ball to start the second half, and why not try to go in the locker room with a little bit of positive energy and putting some more points upon that board.
I think they have 1 timeout remaining. Both teams have 1 timeout remaining. And McEwen will run the play into the huddle himself. And they will just now start the 25-second clock. Travis White's going to split to the short side of the field on the left. McAdoo to the right, along with, look at this formation. We have not seen this all year. Quad receivers to the right in a bunch formation. And keeping it up the middle is McEwen. He fumbles the ball. And he tried to get it back. I don't know if he did or not. They're going to know. Steel Valley gets it at the 40. He had a hole in the ball. Someone got a paw on the ball. It came out. And the turnover will give the Ironmen the ball at the McGuffey 40-yard line.
And I've said that in the pregame. We talked about the weather is either going to work with you or it works against you. And that time, Steel Valley was full by the quads to the right, or to the left side of their defense. But still, that really hurts. And now Ed Dalton's going to take his last time out here with $1:42 left in the half.
Now we'll take it with them. We're right back here. Steel Valley has the ball 1st and 10 at the McGuffey 40, leading 20-6 on the McGuffey Sports Network, powered by ARH Sports Shop, carried on the Triple Live High School Sports Network.
Hunter is your local sportsman store for over 25 years. Locally owned and operated, they specialize in new and gently used shotguns, handguns, and rifles. Instead of waiting in long lines at major big box stores, purchase your hunting license from ARH with fast, friendly service. For more information, visit their website at arhsportshop.com or visit them at 4174 Route 40 in Claysville across from Sunset Beach. Open Monday through Friday 10 to 5 and Saturdays noon to 4. ARH Sports Shop, a proud supporter of McGuffey Athletics.
All right, back here at William Campbell Athletic Field, Steel Valley trying to get a late score in this first half. They lead 20-6, and McGuffey with the turnover, their second turnover of the day. They had thrown an interception earlier in the day, earlier in the evening, rather. And the defense had come up big with the turnover on downs. They're going to have to do it again here if they want to keep this game close going into halftime.
They really need to start raking and punching at the ball to try to force a turnover here.
Brookins in the shotgun, man in motion. And it's going to be Brookins up the middle, and he gets tackled as he's crossing the line of scrimmage, but he pushes forward for a gain of 5. There's a late flag. Comes out where he was tackled at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, Troy Falosk made the tackle, but let's see what's happening with some loose laundry out on the field.
All right. Looks like it might be against McGuffey. And referees been keeping a close eye on this game. Both teams have been called for some late hits. This is a personal foul, and it is against McGuffey. So it was going to be only a gain of 5. Instead, it's a gain of 20 after they're going to tack on 15 onto this.
Yeah, I missed what happened.
Can't make mistakes like that here on the road and against a team like Steel Valley. That will not make Coach Dalton very happy at all. Your defense stops the quarterback, which they had a trouble doing all night, and then you give them a free 15 down to 1:33 to go.
Just a boneheaded play with the push like that.
So Brookins now has his team out here with 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. He's in the shotgun. He gets the snap. Snap is down. The kick is up. And the kick is good. With 1:06 to go in the first half of play, it is now 27-6. Steel Valley over McGuffey. Right back here on the McGuffey Sports Network. Powered by Air Raid Sports Shop. Carried on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Lockout assistance, jump starts, and tire changes, including 24-hour towing, recovery, hauling services for vehicles and loads of all sizes. Need crane service? No problem. McAdoo's is capable of 24-hour crane service and assistance with a fleet of 8 cranes. A family-owned and operated company since 1965. Why call just anyone when you can call a family you can trust? 724-484-7300. McAdoo's Towing and Crane Services. Their business is picking up.
All right, back here, Steel Valley 27-6 over McGuffey with 1:06 to go in the first half. That turnover turning into points for the Iron Men. Carsetter has it teed up here on the 40. He'll kick off. McGuffey will get the second half kickoff. But a costly turnover there late when they had the ball, trying to make a drive of their own, giving Steel Valley one more possession. Yard back to the 38-yard line.
Yeah, Jason Hauser, wow, he comes in out of nowhere. The senior listed at 6'3", 290, just kind of stepped right in the center and blew that play up from the get-go.
That's one thing that I meant to touch on in the pregame show and didn't. They have a lot of size up front. There's Jason Hauser, Joe Kitterman. Like a lot of those guys are up there over 6 feet, close to 300, over 300 pounds. A lot of like big bodies up there. And McGuffey probably run what will be the last play of this first half here. 2nd down and 11. Man in motion, Brookman trying on the jet sweep to the right, cuts up the field to 40, 45, and tries to bounce it outside of the 50, get out of bounds. He did get out of bounds with 9 seconds to go on the clock, and he's got the first down, so that's the first time they've been able to run that jet sweep for success, and that one time he gets it out to the 45-yard line of Steel Valley, maybe a chance to throw it up into the field.
And now the clock's going to run, and I think that's going to be the end of the half.
Oh, did they? Wait, they should. He got out of bounds.
Yeah, I thought he got out of bounds on that.
The referee, they got it. Yeah, the referee's going to talk to him and ask, why did he start? They're saying he didn't get out of bounds.
Wow.
Dalton wants an explanation on that. Dalton not happy with the officiating crew. He thought his running back got out of bounds. It sure looked like he did from up here.
Yeah, it looked like it from our vantage point up here in the box.
Yeah. He's getting his last words in as they head off the field.
Yeah, he's got to be careful he doesn't get himself tossed here.
Well, it is halftime, and the score is 27-6. Steel Valley will be back here for the halftime show on the McGuffey Sports Network, powered by Air Raid Sports Shop, carried on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Hi, this is Rusty Pettit with Cruise Planners. We're a full-service travel agency, and we can help you plan your next cruise, a vacation to an all-inclusive resort, a destination wedding, a honeymoon, or taking the kids to Disney World. It would be our pleasure to help you and your family plan your dream vacation. Visit our website, www.rocktheboatcruiseandtravel.com, or call me, Rusty Pettit, at 412-770-6511, and let's start planning.
Jim Murray's Auto Service, located at 122 East Railroad Street in Washington, offers full auto repair, state inspection, emissions, brakes, alignment, tune-ups, oil changes, whatever ails your car or truck. Jim and his qualified team of mechanics can diagnose your vehicle issues and get you back on the road in no time. At Jim Murray's, you're not a service number. Jim takes the time to discuss your auto repair one-on-one before the work is started. Give Jim a call, 724-222-1350. Jim Murray's, professional service with personal small-town treatment.
Welcome back here to William Campbell Athletic Field, the home of the Steel Valley Ironman. It's halftime, and Steel Valley leads McGuffey 27-6. This is how we got there. On the opening kickoff, McGuffey kicked an onside kick and recovered it at their own 49-yard line. They would take the drive down and finish it off with a 14-yard touchdown run by Kyle Brookman. The extra point was no good, but McGuffey had the first lead of the game at 6-0. Steel Valley would answer very quickly. First play from scrimmage, a 63-yard touchdown run by Cruz Brookins. The extra point gave Steel Valley the lead that they would keep for the rest of that first half, 7-6. And then it was the Cruz Brookins show. He would, with their next possession, finish it off with an 8-yard run. And then into the second quarter, he had a 27-yard touchdown run, and then one more after a McGuffey turnover, a 3-yard touchdown run by Cruz Brookins. 4 touchdowns in that first half. He has 13 carries for 243 yards so far in this game, and he has been pretty hard to handle for that McGuffey defense.
Yeah, I mean, he's been a handful, and the McGuffey defense just kind of fooling themselves and just playing out of position right now, Rusty. They had a couple decent stops defensively where they were able to shut down Brookins and stuff him for no gain and a bit of a loss. But right now the story is penalties, miscues, and a lot of mishaps. And I'll tell you what, it's not the rain kind of hurting them. It's themselves that are hurting them here in the first half, and hopefully they can wipe the slate clean and try to overcome a 27-6 deficit here at the half.
So we have the McGuffey Highlander Marching Band who made the trip up here to Munhall. They are performing right now on the field, and we'll see the Steel Valley Ironman Marching Band later in the halftime show. But for now, we're going to turn things over to Mr. Don Rebel and the Triple Live High School Sports Network for the Week 11 halftime show. Once again, you're listening to the McGuffey Sports Network, powered by ARH Sports Shop, carried on the Triple Live High School Sports Network.
Halftime show on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Semifinals Friday / quarterfinals Friday in the WPIAL football playoffs. Hope you're enjoying the game that you're checking out on Trib HSSN. Chris Harlan, kind enough to join me as he always does. Well, everybody I think is anxious and looking ahead for fans in 6A and 5A. They're looking ahead to the championships at Norwin next week. In 2 weeks, the trip to Acrisure Stadium for the other 4 classifications. But we're going to go a step further, Chris, and we're going to start talking about the state playoffs. And again, we're only a couple weeks away from the PIAA postseason beginning for WPIAL teams in 6A and 5A. So as far as that initial game or two, leading up to the championships in Class 6A, the eventual WPIAL champion in 6A will be taking on the survivors of teams from District 6, District 8, Alderdice, and District 10. Alderdice taking on McDowell on that game going on as we speak. Also get another game going on as we speak, the District 6 championship, Altoona against State College.
Yeah, keep your eyes on that District 6 championship game tonight. You know, it seems like State College is always waiting there somewhere in that state bracket for the WPL 6A champ every year. This year, again, you look in 6A in District 6. They're the number 1 seed out there in District 6. State College are the favorites. They're 10-0. They've got a freshman running back in Deontay Sheffy. Looks like a future star, maybe already a star for State College right now, averaging 125 rushing yards a game, already has 19 touchdowns. So, yeah, to me, some familiar names. I mean, last year, Mount Lebanon, to get to the championship, they beat Erie McDowell. They beat State College. Those same 2 teams could be waiting for one or the other in the quarterfinal. But the bracket has changed a little bit from last year. Now, in the semifinals, will be a District 3 team, a Harrisburg-based team. So now you won't face both McDowell and State College. It'll be either one or the other in the quarterfinals.
The other champion that will go into the playoffs that weekend following Thanksgiving is District 5, and this is the easiest one to figure out because
Yes.
Already the WPIAL champion knows who they will be going up against, and it's a traditional state power.
Yeah, we already know this team, a team familiar to lots of WPIAL schools, Erie Cathedral Prep. They've been there a bunch of years. One difference for this team this year, this Cathedral Prep team might not be the caliber of some of those great state championship teams they had. They're still pretty good, though. I mean, when you look, they've only got 2 losses this year, both of them to out-of-state teams. So when you look at them, you can't really dismiss that Cathedral Prep. New coach, but kind of the same winning mentality they've had in the past. But they'll have a little bit of a layoff here because they didn't have a game, I don't think, last week. Won't have one this week because in that sub-regional they went into no District 6, I think no District 8 teams. So they've got a little bit of a layoff. How does that affect the team? You wonder, getting that break this time of year.
Catholic taking on Allentown Central Catholic tomorrow. Tonight, the District 4 championship, Jersey Shore against Sealands Grove, a familiar team. District 6 or 9 represented in a matchup between Du Bois and Juniata, and Meadville taking on University Prep, another City League school still alive coming into this weekend.
Yeah, that Meadville, the District 10 champ, to me, it's kind of an interesting team. They're 9-1. They don't throw the ball much at all, but they definitely run the ball. I mean, you look in 10 games, they've passed for less than 800 yards combined in 10 games. They've run the ball for over 3,800 yards. So a 3,000-yard difference between their pass game and their run game. But, I mean, look what they've done this year, at least in District 10. That balance hasn't hurt them much at all. They've got 2 running backs over 1,000 yards, both seniors. So if a WPIAL team runs into them, they know what they're going to get. I mean, they're going to be stacking the box and trying to force that team to run. But so far, you look at what they've done in District 10, few teams have been able to slow them down so far.
WPIAL champion 3A will face one of these teams December 2nd or 3rd. 4 teams still left in the District 10 hunt. Grove City taking on Sharon tonight. Hickory against Slippery Rock tonight. 2 other games tonight. Clearfield from District 9 taking on St. Mary's. That actually is the District 9 championship. And Martinsburg Central going up against Penn Cambria.
Yeah, to me, when you look at that District 10 playoff bracket, it was an 8-team bracket that came in 3A, and a lot of upsets last week. When you look, the number 2 seed, the number 3 seed, the number 4 seed all lost in that bracket. So that maybe clears the way for number 1 Grove City to win another district title. They're 7-3. They were the district champs last year. But like you said, don't overlook Penn Cambria, number 1 seed in the District 6 playoffs. They got their District 6 championship tonight in Altoona as well.
At 2A, again, District 10 in the loop as far as a possible opponent for the 2A WPIAL champion. Mercyhurst Prep taking on Sharpsville tomorrow. Also tomorrow, Farrell against Seneca. The other 4 teams, Brookville against Central Clarion, and a battle of the unbeaten, Berlin Brothers Valley against Westinghouse going on tonight at Somerset High School. Of course, Westinghouse, the District 8 City League champion.
Yeah, I don't think I'm the only person in Western Pennsylvania, or at least Southwestern Pennsylvania. Now we got to kind of differentiate that because there's some people up north that have different opinions. I don't think I'm the only person in Southwestern Pennsylvania who's kind of hoping to see a WPIAL versus City League state semifinal out there. I think that'd be fun. You know, whoever the eventual WPIAL champion is to run into the Westinghouse Bulldogs down the road. But like you said, the Bulldogs don't have an easy route to get there. That's for sure. You know, you talked about tonight, they're playing District 5, Berlin Brothers Valley. Next week, they could see District 9 favorite Central Clarion, who's 9-1. If they win that game in 2 weeks, they could face the eventual District 10 champion, which could be Farrell, who's always really good. Could be Sharpsville, the top 2 seeds in that bracket. So, yeah, I mean, it's possible that we could see a Westinghouse versus the WPIAL 2-way semifinal. City League team hasn't gotten to the state championships in a while, but the Westinghouse definitely has some work to do in the next few weeks.
Yeah, that would be awesome. But I totally agree with you that the Bulldogs got to win some big games to get to that semifinal dream matchup. Finally, Class A, WPIAL champion, December 2nd or 3rd, will face either a team from District 9 or District 10. Right now, the District 10 semifinals going on. Eisenhower taking on Cambridge Springs tomorrow. Also tomorrow, Reynolds against Maplewood. District 9 semifinals, Brockway against Red Bank Valley, and Keystone against Port Allegheny. Those two games also tomorrow.
Yeah, if you look, the kind of the favorites there, the number 1 seed in District 9, Port Allegheny, number 2, Red Bank Valley. District 10, number 1 seed. You mentioned Eisenhower, undefeated. Number 2 seed, Reynolds. So kind of look at those four. It's kind of a wide open. I mean, the WPIAL know they're going to get somebody from one of those two districts. Who it is, they don't know yet. One name to watch, I think, Eisenhower, who's undefeated there in District 10, has a big running back, 6'1", 200-pounder, already has 1,700 yards, 19 touchdowns. Benji Bauer. So it looks like they've got a pretty good ground game, but we'll see. Next 2 weeks, one of those teams will be waiting for the WPIAL when they get to the semifinals.
Great stuff. Next week, Chris and I will start looking on the other side, the eastern side of the state, and potential matchups in PIAA championship games. Enjoy the games that you are watching or listening to, and don't forget the WPIAL scoreboard show, 9:30 to midnight afterward, with all the recaps right here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
And welcome back to the McGuffey Sports Network, powered by ARH Sports Shop, carried exclusively on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. I'm Zach Waters, alongside Rusty Pettit here at William Campbell Athletic Field in Munhall, the site for tonight's quarterfinal matchup, Steel Valley versus McGuffey. Halftime, the Steel Valley Ironmen atop the McGuffey Highlanders, 27-6. And Rusty, this has not panned out too well for this McGuffey team.
Yeah, they got on the board first, so did a lot of the things they needed to do, especially on that opening drive. They got the onside kick, and after that, they just couldn't stop Cruz Brookins. We'll see if they make those adjustments at the half. I know you've got some first half stats, and we'll try to get some scores to you here in the second half. I do know Southside just scored a touchdown against Mapletown. They're up 26-0 against the Maples in the third quarter of that game.
Yeah, and that's hard to believe. Mapletown, the top of their conference, undefeated, and Southside kind of sticking it to them. But here's what we have so far. Some individual stats for McGuffey. Philip McEwen, 1 for 3, 46 yards. Kyle Brookman, 1 reception for 31 yards. Now, here's where it's going to kind of sound funny. Not funny, ha-ha, funny as in whoa, whenever you hear some of these stats. Kyle Brookman, 9 rushes, 49 yards. Dylan Droboy, 5 rushes, 16 yards. McEwen, 4 rushes for 8 yards. Dietrich, 3 rushes, 3 yards. On the flip side of that, Cruz Brookins, 2 for 4 for 18 yards through the air. Receiving is Deshaun Wright, 2 receptions for 18 yards. Here's where things open up. It's been the Cruz Brookins show for the entire first half. 13 rushes, 243 yards on the ground. That's more than I think McGuffey has, total offense, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, we'll have to come back and look at that as a whole, but Brookins just kind of tearing it up for the Steel Valley Ironmen team. Deshaun Wright, 2 rushes for 25 yards, and then Donald Barkside, 1 for 6 for that. As a whole, McGuffey, 12 first downs, 24 rushes for 40 yards. It's enough for maybe almost 2 yards per gain. It's 28 total plays, 86 total yards. For Steel Valley, 11 first downs, 17 rushes, 274 on the ground for the Ironmen. That's good enough for 16 yards a carry. And 21 total offensive plays for a grand total, 292 yards for Steel Valley. So from a statistical standpoint, they're just kind of laying on the iron, with every pun intended, against this McGuffey team. And, I mean, hopefully Ed Dalton and his staff able to try to make some fine-tune adjustments to find a way to shut down Brookins in this high-powered Steel Valley offense.
Other action from around the WPIAL in Class 6A, halftime, Big Macs of Canon-Mac and the North Allegheny Tigers still scoreless in that game at the half. As it gave you that Mapletown score, they trail 26-0 to Southside. and that one's in the third quarter. Rochester leads Fort Cherry 16-7 in Class A action. Neshannock leads Wash High 16-7 at the half.
You would think there would be more scores.
And that's all I got so far. I'm sure there are. We'll try to get some more. Bell Vernon was up 14-7 against East Allegheny, but that was way back in the third quarter. Haven't had a report in from them yet, but yeah, so we'll try to get some more scores here as we come back for the second half. The Steel Valley Marching Band out there performing their halftime show right now. McGuffey's did earlier, but you got another score before we break here?
Bell Vernon 35, East Allegheny 7, 2:28 left in the second. And then it's McKeesport 28, Armstrong 14. And that game at the half.
All right, well, more of those if we can get them here before we get the second half kickoff underway. But we'll be right back here to get you ready for that second half of play. At halftime, once again, Steel Valley leads McGuffey 27-6 here on the McGuffey Sports Network, powered by Air Raid Sports Shop, carried on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Hi, this is Rusty Pettit with Cruise Planners. We're a full-service travel agency, and we can help you plan your next cruise, a vacation to an all-inclusive resort, a destination wedding, a honeymoon, or taking the kids to Disney World.
Jim Murray's, professional service with personal small-town treatment.
Your home for Highlanders football all season long. You're listening to the McGuffey Sports Network, powered by ARH Sports Shop.
Welcome back here. Halftime, still 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go. In fact, they're going to put 3 minutes back on that clock there. So we have quite a few more minutes to go for the second half kickoff comes underway. Do you have any more scores for us?
Looking around here, seeing what we can try to find. I know, like we talked about last week, it's been really difficult to try to find scores during the postseason than during the regular season, for that matter. One we had from a while back, Pittsburgh CC with a 1-score lead over Mount Lebanon. That was Chris Harlan about an hour ago from the Trib reporting. Central Catholic 7, Mount Lebanon 0. That was still towards the end of the first quarter. What else do we have?
Once again, the winner of this. What's going on here?
I don't know.
Sure.
We'll just go with it.
Yeah, I don't know what the volume there is going on. But anyways, the winner of this game will face that Neshannock Wash High winner. That game right now is 16-7. Neshannock up by 9 at the half. Ooh. The other side, we did talk about the other side. That was Stowe Rocks with a big clash tonight. We haven't got a score on them yet.
I just found
okay,
one.
There we go.
Thanks to shout out to Elwood City Wolverine Sports for getting some of these scores. Stowe Rocks 22, Keystone Oaks nothing at the half. Right. It's Union leading Laurel 18-14 at the half, and the Quips of Aliquippa shutting out Montour in the second, 34-0.
We still haven't gotten a score for the Beaver Falls Geneva game up at Geneva College. Oh, what is
Make that 28-0 now.
Like something's wrong with my headset. It's whatever happened, it's better now. I don't know.
We'll just go with it. That's weird.
Yeah, it was having some audio issue. I don't know if it was coming out the mic wrong or just the audio I was hearing. But McGuffey Highlanders back on the field, getting ready for their second half warm-ups. We got plenty of time here before the half. We're going to give some more love to our sponsors who make these broadcasts possible. You're listening to the McGuffey Sports Network, powered by Air Sports Shop, carried on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Jim Murray's Auto Service, located at 122 East Railroad Street in Washington, offers full auto repair, state inspection, emissions, brakes, alignment, tune-ups, oil changes, whatever ails your car or truck. Jim and his qualified team of mechanics can diagnose your vehicle issues and get you back on the road in no time. At Jim Murray's, you're not a service number. Jim takes the time to discuss your auto repair one-on-one before the work is started. Give Jim a call, 724-222-1350. Jim Murray's, professional service with personal small-town treatment.
Alexis Family Dentistry is a full-service general dental practice offering comprehensive dental health care service in a friendly, relaxed atmosphere. Dr. Alexis, a McGuffey graduate, is inspired to make patients her priority by working together for your healthier smile. Her goal is to help you relax and address all your questions and concerns. Your individual treatment plan is crafted to fulfill all your dental health needs and to reach your goals for a beautiful and healthy smile. Call Dr. Alexis today at 724-470-9750 to schedule your appointment. Dr. Alexis, a proud Highlander supporter.
Looking for beautiful yet gently used items for your home, apartment, or office? Then visit The Back Lot, located at 840 Race Street in Washington. The Back Lot, formerly known as Badillions, has proudly served the Washington County area for over 50 years. They offer a wide variety selection of furniture, appliances, home furnishings, college dorm supplies, antiques, and sporting goods. With their ever-changing selection of amazing finds and great savings, any item purchased can be brought home the same day, saving you more than you ever could imagine. Like them on Facebook or call them at 724-705-7662. The Back Lot. No thrills, just deals. Something for everyone.
Looking to earn fast cash for scrap metal and vehicles? Brookman Iron and Metals will pay you top dollar for unwanted scrap metal or junk cars. Since 1931, Brookman Iron and Metals has offered the highest market prices for scrap metal, from iron to brass to vehicles. Looking to recycle? Their local family-owned company will take any recyclable metal off your hands. In addition, you have easy access to their clean location to recycle without a hassle. Don't let recyclable metal materials take up your much-needed space. Use a roll-off container from Brookman Iron and Metals to provide you with a convenient solution for your recycling needs. Brookman Iron and Metals, located at 4 Race Street in Washington, 724-222-4260.
Welcome back to William Campbell Athletic Field here. A couple more minutes still to the second half kickoff. We found out why we haven't seen a score from the Beaver Falls Ligonier Valley game. It's an unusual reason, too. They had a power outage, and they actually had to move the site of the game. They haven't started yet. They should be starting any minute now, but they were to play at Geneva, and a tree fell on a transformer, knocked the power out. They said even if they got the power back on after 9 o'clock, it was going to take another half hour for the field lights to come up. So they moved the game to Blackhawk. They're going to play at Blackhawk High School.
That's a bit of a hype, though, too.
Expect the kickoff at 8:30. So Beaver Falls Ligonier Valley, the fourth game in these quarterfinals in Class 2A, they got the late action tonight.
Well, I'll tell you what, they really got stumped on that one.
Oh, yeah, there you go. But
here all week.
Yeah. So yeah, the power outage. You got to move everybody, not just them. They got the fans,
the officials,
everybody. Move down the road.
I mean, that has to be the weirdest that I've heard about.
Yeah.
I mean, in the past, we'll say 30 years. When have you ever heard about a game being delayed due to a power? I mean, I could understand water ponding on the field, lightning delaying a game, but when have you ever noticed a game was delayed or moved due to a power outage?
This would have been way back in the 80s for me. It had nothing to do with football, but we got out of school early when I was in middle school once because a squirrel got into a transformer and it blew up. I'm sure the squirrel didn't very, very well, but it took all the entire power out of the Margaret Bell Miller Middle School down in Waynesburg. So we got out. We got a half day out of that. Everybody thanked the squirrel. I think we had to miss the next day because it took them that long to get everything
clearly
put back up. But
Squirrely saved the day for you.
He did. Singing his praises. All right, the two fullbacks back deep to receive this second half kickoff for McGuffey. Droboy and Donnelly go back deep, and we've got Brookman and Dietrich up are the up men, and that's been where the kicks are going. So that's why they're kind of flipped here. It'll be Carstetter here with the second half kickoff. Once again, McGuffey kicked the onside kick to start the game, got the ball on the right foot, but then that was their only lead of the game so far. They look to put a drive together here to start things off on the right foot again here in the second half. Carstetter tees it up right in the middle of the 40. 12 minutes on the clock. We're ready to start the third quarter. Here's the run-up. And it's a pooch again. Another fair catch called for by one of the up men. Actually, that might have went out of bounds. It doesn't matter. It's going to be right there at the 38-yard line. A nice job with that fair catch. And that was, I think, Ty Conklin over there, number 12.
Yeah, that's exactly who that was. And, again, smart choice by signaling for the fair catch because even if he was a catch and gets bumped, you figure that's an instant 15 on top of that. But Steel Valley, their own bag of tricks up their sleeves with the short kicks, and the Highlanders come out their own 38.
First and 10. McAdoo to the right side. Travis White split wide to the left. And in motion, Dietrich. They pitch it to him, and he cuts back up the middle, but he is hit before he can get to the line of scrimmage. He's going to lose a yard back to the 37-yard line, and that'll bring up second down and 11.
And again, they're trying to go with the run up the tight side, that time to the left side of the line. Nobody home. Steel Valley defense, though, comes a knocking hard that time, and they stuff Dietrich for a loss of 1. And he's lucky that's all he lost on that play.
Ryan Keith will bring the play back into the huddle. Something that they had a little bit of success on early that they haven't tried for a while was McEwen following the fullback up the middle. I wonder if they'll maybe try to go back to that here in the second half. As McEwen goes under center on 2nd and 11. And in motions, Dietrich, jet sweep to the right. He's going to get forward after he gets hit. Good job by Dietrich to get something out of nothing. He gets out to the 39-yard line, so it's a gain of 3 on the play, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and 9.
And the Steel Valley Ironmen like honing missiles on Dietrich that time. And leading the way defensively was Turin Beatty. And, I mean, he just kind of stuffed Dietrich as he tried to hit that outside hole. He's playing that left rush end on the defensive line for the Ironmen.
Travis White to the left again. McAdoo to the short side on the right. McEwen under center, 3rd down. And in motion, Dietrich, they fake the pitch, and McEwen's in trouble. He's going to run. No, he's going to throw deep. He's got McAdoo trying to get it free, and it's going right through the fingertips of Tristan McAdoo. He had gotten behind the defender, Del Mario Shields, but the incompletion is going to bring up 4th down and 9.
And I'll tell you what, McAdoo kind of double hitched right at the 25, and I think that kind of hindered him on that last play, or else that was 6 McGuffey into the end zone.
So punter Connor Crow is back to handle the snap here. Back deep, we've got Bruce Brookins as well as number 2, Deron Barksdale. Connor Crow waiting the snap. And it's a wobbly one, but he gets it. And it's blocked. It's blocked. It's in the 20, inside the 20, and Steel Valley is going to recover it down at the 17-yard line. So they're going to get the ball in amazing field position once again, this time off the block punt. It was a high snap, and Crow could not get the punt off in time.
No, it was just way too slow, and Angel Herrera come charging through on the left side and was able to get his hands up on it and block it down. And just like that, the Ironmen 1st and 10 inside the red zone after the ball was recovered at the 18-yard line.
There's not enough men there to block on that punt team, and they sent more than McGuffey had blockers and overloaded that side. So now with 10:22 to go, Steel Valley set up in good position here as Brookins goes in the shotgun again. 3 wide. Running back to his left is Pierce. He gets a snap, and he's going to hand it off to Pierce, and he gets hit and fights away from a tackle and then goes down around the line of scrimmage. One thing that's happened on a lot of plays, and they've never called it, that fullback goes in motion, and he starts moving towards the line of scrimmage right before the snap. It happened about 3 or 4 times. We have a Steel Valley Ironman down just around where the play ended.
I thought I was the only one seeing that. That or he starts to go and he hesitates. So he gets 1-2 steps and he starts to stutter a little bit, and then he carries on over and across.
So while they take a look at the injured Steel Valley player, we're going to step aside, and when we come back, it'll be 2nd down and 10 for Steel Valley on the McGuffey 19-yard line. You're listening to McGuffey Sports Network, powered by ARH Sports Shop, carried on the Triple Live High School Sports Network.
Alexis Family Dentistry is a full-service general dental practice offering comprehensive dental health care service in a friendly, relaxed atmosphere. Dr. Alexis, a McGuffey graduate, is inspired to make patients her priority by working together for your healthier smile. Her goal is to help you relax and address all your questions and concerns. Your individual treatment plan is crafted to fulfill all your dental health needs and to reach your goals for a beautiful and healthy smile. Call Dr. Alexis today at 724-470-9750 to schedule your appointment. Dr. Alexis, a proud Highlander supporter.
Looking for beautiful yet gently used items for your home, apartment, or office? Then visit The Back Lot, located at 840 Ray Street in Washington. The Back Lot, formerly known as Badillions, has proudly served the Washington County area for over 50 years. They offer a wide variety selection of furniture, appliances, home furnishings, college dorm supplies, antiques, and sporting goods. With their ever-changing selection of amazing finds and great savings, any item purchased can be brought home the same day, saving you more than you ever could imagine. Like them on Facebook or call them at 724-705-7662. The Back Lot. No thrills, just deals. Something for everyone.
And that was Crum Pierce, the ball carrier on that play, was the one being helped off the field, and he didn't look like he was putting much weight.
No,
on the 1 foot. So we'll take a look at him on the sideline. 2nd down and 10 after the no gain on the run. Brookins in the shotgun. This time he's got Barksdale to his right. He's going to follow him up the middle. Gets across the 15, 1st down inside the 5, still on his feet, and Brookins for his 5th touchdown of the night takes it in from 17 yards. And that makes the score 33-6, Ironmen.
And he just made it look too easy that time as he hit the hole right on the right side of the line and just kind of glided his way into the end zone for another Ironman touchdown.
Brookins tonight with 5 touchdowns on the night, and he hasn't passed the ball much really effectively. In fact, the passes haven't looked pretty, but when you can run like that, you don't really need to throw the ball that often. Carstetter in here to attempt the point after. Try to make it a 28-point lead. Snap is down. Kick is up. Kick is good with 9:51 to go in the 3rd quarter. It is now 34-6 in favor of Steel Valley over McGuffey. Right back here on the McGuffey Sports Network, powered by ARH Sports Shop, carried on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Looking to earn fast cash for scrap metal and vehicles? Brookman Iron and Metals will pay you top dollar for unwanted scrap metal or junk cars. Since 1931, Brookman Iron and Metals has offered the highest market prices for scrap metal, from iron to brass to vehicles. Looking to recycle? Their local family-owned company will take any recyclable metal off your hands. In addition, you have easy access to their clean location to recycle without a hassle. Don't let recyclable metal materials take up your much-needed space. Use a roll-off container from Brookman Iron and Metals to provide you with a convenient solution for your recycling needs. Brookman Iron and Metals, located at 4 Race Street in Washington, 724-222-4260.
Welcome back here to Steel Valley. It's 34-6 now after that 17-yard touchdown run by Brookins. It was set up by the blocked punt. And McGuffey finds himself in quite the hole here now. Steel Valley has been running the ball at will with their quarterback, Cruz Brookins, tonight. That should give him 260 yards on the night, I believe. Here's the run up by Carstetter. And this one's another short one. It's going to be a fair caught again, this time at the 35-yard line by Ty Conklin. The second time he's done that here in the second half. And McGuffey will look to get back on their offensive game here and move the ball.
Yeah, and the only thing they can do on that is just kind of throw up that fair catch because they have a winger down in that far right hash that's speeding as fast as he can to try to get that ball. So it's almost as if the kickoff team purposely aiming towards that far hash and trying to force McGuffey into like a stalemate.
1st and 10 at their own 35. They go with that diamond formation here on the right side again. Last time they did it, they had a nice hole, but McEwen fumbled. This time he's going to throw a wide receiver screen. It's caught by Wagers. 35, tries to get outside the 40 and lowers the shoulder and actually runs over the first tackler. Gets across the 40 out to around the 48-yard line. A nice gain of 8 yards. It'll bring, 43-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd down and 2.
And that looked like Deron Barksdale who made the stop, the initial contact, and I couldn't tell who came flying in from the right side and really tried to take a stab at Wagers, but man, he really took that hit on like a champ.
This time, everybody in tight except for the wide receiver to the left side. 2nd down, it's Brookman in motion. They pitch to him. He heads out the middle, cuts back, and gets tackled forward to the 45. 45, that should be a 1st down for the Highlanders, and that'll move the sticks.
Very little success again trying to cut up the gut like that. I couldn't tell if that was a counter or a trap that time to Brookman, but still he had enough power to surge to get the 1st down at the 45.
Just what McGuffey needed to start the drive. Move the sticks once, get the ball out towards midfield. It's 2 wide receivers to the left side this time. Up the middle, there they go with the fullback, and Droboy gets hit after a yard and dropped. They might give him 2. We'll see where they spot it. They are going to put him out to the 47. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, they're trying to get to that midfield stripe, the 1st down marker, though, across the 50 at the 45-yard line. And that's where the Highlanders need to go to try to keep this drive alive.
Down to 8:34 to go in the third quarter. And Ryan Keith will bring this play into the huddle. McAdoo, and he will head to the left side. McAdoo's in the slot left. McEwen under center, 2nd down and 8. And he's going to follow the fullback up the middle, and he's still on his feet across midfield. He's going to push back there. Gain of 3 on the play will bring up 3rd down and 5 for the Highlanders.
And, yeah, that time McEwen again tries to do an outstanding job of trying to follow his fullback drill boy, but nothing there on the left edge of the line as the Ironmen again come crashing down with that strong defense. Try to force McEwen to the outside, but he gets stuffed by the entire left side of the line, and it's a 3rd and 5, and the Highlanders are desperate for a 1st down.
Ball right at midfield. McEwen gets the snap. He's running to the right side and tries to follow his blockers, but a nice tackle there, and it'll be dropped for a loss. It's going to bring up 4th down and 6. And there's just too much defense over there for Steel Valley, and trying to get the tackle. It was one of the big linemen.
Yeah, it was number 76, yeah. Jason Hauser. And I think we talked about him earlier. The senior listed at 6'3", 290, was able to just wrap around McEwen like a rag doll and toss him down to the turf.
McGuffey keeping the offense on the field here. They need to get something going, so they'll keep the offense here on 4th and 6. Ryan Keith to the left, McAdoo to the right side. Back to pass, McEwen. He's rolling to his left. He's being chased. Throws it downfield. It's going to be intercepted. And ball's intercepted at the 40. Back and sliding down at the 45-yard line is number 6, Jay-Sean Wright.
So that's almost as good as a punt. But again, you know, that's not really the whole concept of what you're trying to accomplish there. And I'll tell you what, I mean, this is the first time I think I'm going to be saying this, but this team looks deflated out there right now, Rusty.
They'll send defense back on the field, looking for a stop here. Ball at the 45-yard line, 6:50 to go in the third quarter, and they trail by 28. So one more touchdown, and the extra point would make it a 35-point lead, and that would start a mercy clock on this game. And you have to be trying to avoid that here, but right now things looking bleak. They will run the jet sweep here to the near side, and heading up the middle there, or around the left side rather, is number 6, Jaron Wright, and that is a gain of about 7. He gets across midfield to the 48-yard line. So they'll have 2nd down inside McGuffey territory.
And, yeah, the only reason he got stopped was because Connor Crow that time was able to kind of get in front of him and break up that run, but still positive gain of 7 gets him out across the 50. And I'll tell you what, Steel Valley has that accelerator just pressed down fully right now. They're not letting up.
And they'll send 2 wide receivers to the right again, 1 to the left. Clock down near 6 minutes here in the third quarter. Brookins, he had motion here. The left tackle moved, and that was number 70. That's Gregory Smith. He moved early. That'll back them up 5 yards. That'll put them back on their own side of the 50 for the 2nd down and 8.
Couldn't tell if he was trying to go with the hard count that time or if he just didn't know the cadence or got excited. But that little 5-yard penalty, Rusty, I don't think is really going to hinder Steel Valley at this point.
They had sent number 30, Angel Herrera, in motion, the fullback, and he's been the one that's been kind of moving forward towards the line of scrimmage on several of these plays. They haven't flagged him for it yet. He's going to line up in the slot left this time. 2nd down and 8. Brookins in the shotgun. Gets it. He's going to keep it up the middle. Another hold of 50. He is off to the races, 40, and gets tackled inside the 40 by Connor Crow. And he's got a 1st down for the Ironmen down at the 36-yard line of McGuffey.
It didn't look like that time that Brookins wasn't even really trying to run whenever he got the Crow. Crow was able to break down and make a nice open field tackle in front of him and wrap him up. It really didn't look like there was any energy because right now Steel Valley knows they're up 34-6, 5:25 left here to go in the third quarter.
1st and 10 at the 36.
Clock winding down to 5:18 to go. Brookins goes in the shotgun again. To his left is Barksdale. Gets a snap, hands it off to Barksdale. Tries the right side, he gets around the end. He's up the 40, the 35, out of bounds. He stays inbound, so he gets the 1st down.
We have a late flag,
and this one might be on Steel Valley. And
Are they going to call a blindside block,
I
maybe?
think Deshaun Johnson was the wide receiver over there, and there was a McGuffey player that ended up on the ground. So it was kind of as the play went by it was when that.
Well, I don't know if you'd call that a crack block or how you'd want to go about that.
Here's the replay here as the officials discuss it. So you can see Barksdale going around the right. He gets around the end nicely there. And then right here, boom, blindside block. And it's not even so much the viciousness of the hit. I think it's more the angle. They've started to really crack down on that on almost every level of this sport. And the blindside block is going to be a penalty that they'll call it at the, where are they going to mark it from? From about the 28 or the 29, they'll mark it back.
That's going to take them all the way back to about the 42.
Yes, 42. So it will be first down still. First down and about 16 to go for Steel Valley. And number 2, Daron Barksdale, brings the play into the huddle.
First and 16 from the Highlander 42.
Brookins in the shotgun again. First and 16. And we had motion again.
Motion again.
They didn't call it. And he's going to throw the wide receiver screen. It's complete out to the 45, and then getting hit from behind after a gain of a couple is Barksdale. And, there was at least one guy that moved on line of scrimmage. The McGuffey defensive lineman saw it.
And, they started pointing to say, hey.
The referees didn't. So either way, it's a gain of a couple. It's third down and long. Second down long, sorry. Second down and 4 to be exact. 14. 14 after the 2-yard gain. Plenty of time on the play clock. That just went under 30 seconds.
Yeah,
3:55 in the third quarter.
And they're just kind of letting this one ride out.
Brookins in the shotgun again. 2 wide receivers to the short side of the field on the right, 1 to the left. And in motion coming towards him, and he hands it off to him. And trying to get around this left edge here. Gets to the 35, the 30, and out of bounds at the 31-yard line goes Jay Sean Wright. He gains about 10 yards, gets to the 30. He's going to bring up a third down and 4.
And there really wasn't any necessarily need to try to take the angle the way he did. He could have tried to cut it north there, get a few extra yards, and tried to jump across the 30.
Play clock down to 15 seconds as the play comes into the Steel Valley huddle. They lead 34-6, 3:35 to go. Clock is stopped. I don't know why it is. He went out of bounds. They should have started it again. It's not late in the fourth, but here goes Brookins. He's got the first down inside the 25 all the way down near the 20-yard line. Yeah, the clock stops when you go out of bounds late in a half and stays that way. But in the third quarter, should have been running.
A quick side note, we do have an update from the Beaver Falls Ligonier Valley game. It's Beaver Falls 8, Ligonier Valley nothing after they finally started there early in the first quarter. And Upper St. Clair leads Bethel Park 14-7 in the quarterfinal round.
Did they say what time of the game that one is, what quarter? That Bethel Park, Upper St. Clair?
Bethel Park. We'll come back to it.
I had a bunch of guys in my church at that game.
End of the third.
They got half the guys that
End
go
of
to
the
Bethel
third.
Park, half of them Upper St. Clair.
So they're well into this early start of the fourth quarter.
Brookins hands it off up the middle, and we got across the 15 to down to the 10 to Barksdale, and I think he's got enough for the Steel Valley first down. It'll be first down and goal. That was Donald Barksdale, the tailback.
And right now, Steel Valley again just kind of surging ahead with this offense, and this offense machine not letting up.
Under 3 minutes to play in the third quarter. Once again, if they get the touchdown and the extra point, that will give them the 35-point lead that they need to start the mercy rule clock. First and goal, ball at the 10-yard line of McGuffey. Brookins gets it, hands it off. Barksdale at the middle. He's at the 5, bounces it outside, gets hit, still fighting, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown. Tough running there by Donald Barksdale. First touchdown of the night for Steel Valley that wasn't from Cruz Brookins. So he punches it in from 10.
Yeah, and Barksdale really had a good second surge on that second effort trying to get through. Oh, they have a lineman down. 68 for Steel Valley. That's John Heddleston. And he's trying to maybe get back up. He's just laying there.
Looks like maybe he got the wind knocked out of him. He's kind of holding his stomach a little bit. But as my friend Lanfer Simpson would say when we're broadcasting for Green Sports, he might have took a foot.
Nicely said.
Yeah.
Very proper way of saying it, too, if I do say so myself.
But he is up, no worse for wear, and they will have the point after attempt as he makes his way to the sideline. It'll be Carstetter again to do it, and if he gets this kick, score is 40-6. If he gets it 41-6, that will make it a 35-point lead and start this rolling clock. Snap is down. Kick is blocked. The kick is blocked, and I believe that was Eric Donnelly that got the hand on it, so that keeps it at a 34-point game. So there's no mercy for the people that wanted to get out of here. Really.
No, they're going to try to keep it interesting.
Yeah,
here.
it's good. It's going to at least have the traditional clock for a little while longer, at least. And McGuffey will have the ball with 2:16. They'll get the ball kicked off to him here in the third quarter. It is 40-6, Steel Valley over the Highlanders. We'll be right back here on the McGuffey Sports Network, powered by Area Sports Shop, carried on the Triple Live High School Sports Network.
Accidents are unfortunate events and often cause stress and disruption in your daily life. Relax. Let Lombardi Auto Body help you get through this process of getting your vehicle back on the road safely and as quickly as possible. Open since 1984, Lombardi Auto Body is a family-run business that delivers the highest quality repairs with continued customer loyalty. Call Lombardi's first to schedule your free estimate. Lombardi Auto Body, 140 Highland Avenue in Washington, 724-222-3077.
Back here at Steel Valley, they lead your Highlanders by the score of 40-6. 2:16 to go in the third quarter. Carstetter getting ready to kick off. Last couple have been very short, and they've been both fair caught by Ty Conklin up around the 35-yard line. This time it looks like, is that Ryan Keith over there maybe, number 11? They flipped him.
I think it is.
And this one's going to go. They're going to kick it over Conklin's head. It's a live ball.
Let
and
it
it's
go. Why would you touch it?
Well, it goes out of bounds. Dietrich touched it as it goes out of bounds.
Oh, my
so
gosh.
instead of the ball going to be at the 35, it'll be at the 21, 1st and 10 for the Highlanders.
I mean, he could have got 5 more. Well, he could have got a lot more extra yards out of that, about 14 extra yards if he just would have let that go. And I think he knew it as he touched it at the last second.
It's tough on those kickoffs because it's not like a punt where you can kind of just watch the ball play out. It is a live ball, and you've got all those defenders running down. So tough call to make, but nonetheless,
Use your best judgment.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 21. McEwen goes under center. And in motion is Wagers trying the left side, and now he tries to cut up. He gets back to around the 20. We have a late flag.
Whoa!
We have a late flag and then some action at the tackle. And Wagers gets up slowly.
And he shakes it off, though. He's tough. He's one tough cookie.
No gain on the play, but there's late flags that are going to be thrown here after that. I think the referees are talking about it.
Yeah, who
there was a flag in the backfield that was unrelated to that one. So let's see what plays out here. This is going to be quite the explanation. We don't have a mic on the ref, so. Holding was on McGuffey. That was the first one. Personal foul.
Personal foul against the Ironman.
And the Iron. They offset. So after all that, we'll just do everything over again.
You know, I think that was Gregory Smith, 70, who just body slammed Wagers there on the left side of the line. But they're going to go with take 2 after the mulligan.
Yep, they'll have the ball 1st and 10, do over again, right at the 21-yard line. 2:08 to go now in the third quarter of play. They'll wind the clock. McAdoo goes to the right side. Everybody else in tight. And in motions Wagers. They fake the pitch. McEwen rolling to his right, wants to throw down the field. He's got McAdoo down there. It's going to be caught. 45-yard line, and he's down inside the 40 into the 35-yard line. A pass and catch a big gainer for the Highlanders, and they'll have it in Ironman territory.
And I'll tell you what, it makes up for what McAdoo did in the first half, where he had that streak rat down the numbers, and he just kind of let up on the gas after he double hits. This time he comes back around, comes streaking back down the numbers, makes an amazing catch, and the Highlanders with a little bit of life here as they get down to the 35-yard line of Steel Valley.
Minute 30 to go now in the third quarter. They're going to send that diamond formation to the left side. McAdoo, the lone receiver, to the right. And it's going to be up the middle with McEwen, and he gets hit after a couple, and he's going to be pushed down. A gain of 2 will get them down to the 33-yard line, and bring it second down and 8.
It's tough whenever you go out in that diamond formation because, I mean, you can do a couple of different things out of it. You can either screen or you can do the quarterback keeper, but twice now we've seen the quarterback, McEwen, he takes a 1.5-step drop, and then he tries to surge forward, and I'll tell you what, there's been a lack of success with that gadget play.
McAdoo goes to the right side, everybody else in tight. Second down and 8. And in motion, Dietrich, they pitch it to him. Heads up the middle to fall his blockers across the 30. Nice gain inside the 30 near the 28-yard line. That should bring up a third down and 3 for the Highlanders.
You know what? Right now they're trying to make a little bit of something out of nothing, knowing what the score is. I mean, you still have 1 quarter to go, but you could really make things interesting here by trying to get on the board.
Travis White will bring the play back in, and they'll have to hurry. They're down to 12 seconds remaining in the third quarter. See if they get this play off. McEwen under center. Down to 4 seconds. And man in motion. They snap it right before it goes to 0. Up the middle is Wagers. He's got the first down across the 25 and all the way down near the 21-yard line. And that will make it first down and 10 for McGuffey at the Steel Valley 21 when we come back for the fourth quarter of play. You're listening to McGuffey Sports Network, powered by ARH Sports Shop, carried on the Triple Live High School Sports Network.
Are you planning a holiday but need some assistance? Might be confusing, but here's a solution. Sky's Limit Travel. Since 2014, Sky's Limit Travel has been guiding travelers to their vacation destination. Whether it's a family or group vacation, luxurious or romantic getaway, Sky's Limit Travel is happy to assist. Also specializing in cruises and all-inclusive resorts. Sky's Limit Travel offers destination guides for the perfect vacation getaway. For more information, visit their website at skyslimittravel.net or call them at 724-413-3182. Sky's the Limit Travel. Lose yourself in the Caribbean. A Travelers Planner International affiliate.
Since 1988, Tri-State Designs has provided customers with the highest quality awards for all occasions. Conveniently located on Main Street in Claysville, Tri-State Designs features a full showroom with many examples of the various awards they offer. Trophies, plaques, ribbons, engravings, or maybe you need a custom order. No problem. Stop in or give them a call at 724-663-5346. Tri-State Designs, a trusted award shop and proud supporter of McGuffey Athletics.
Beginning the fourth quarter of play, first and 10 McGuffey at the 21, and it's going to be up the middle to the fullback, Droboy, and he got about a yard down to the 20, and then he's pushed back. So it'll bring, well, maybe they'll give him the 19. Looks like it'll bring second down and 8 coming up.
I mean, that defensive front for Steel Valley, Rusty, just incredible, as you said. There's probably not a guy who's or I should say who's under 6 foot. I mean, they have to be averaging about 6 foot and about 300 pounds for that defensive line. Just bringing in a lot of beef.
McAdoo goes to the right. This time they put Ethan Dietrich in the slot right. A different look tonight that we have not seen from McGuffey. And back to pass, looking that way. McEwen now he's going to have to run, and he's going to be hit and tackled in the backfield. And he's dropped right back around the 21-yard line, so it'll bring up third down and 10. Just nowhere to go for McEwen there. And looked initially like he wanted to pass, and then everything just kind of collapsed around him.
Yeah, I mean, he got a little bit scatterbrained there. You know, do I run? Do I pass? Do I run? Do I tuck it? Do I try to loop? I mean, he didn't know whether to cry or wind his watch on that one, and he takes the L for the loss, and now the Highlanders with their backs against the wall yet again. Ball's at the 21-yard line. It's going to be 4-down territory.
Brian Keith to the left. McEwen under center. And in motion, and no, they're going to go up the middle. Nice game by Donley. He gets inside the 20 down to the 16-yard line. Pick up a 5 will bring up 4th down and 5. As you said, 4-down territory here.
I mean, you
trying
have
to get that ball in the end zone here. Field goal is not going to do much. So
no, I mean you have to try to get the points at this stage of the game. I mean, are you really playing for pride, or what are you playing for? You know.
Travis White will bring the play into his quarterback. 4th down and 5 will be at the 16. They need to get down to the 11-yard line to move the chains. See what they dial up here. Travis McAdoo's tight on the left. And it's going to be McEwen falling as fullback, and he cuts forward. Oh, he stretches out. He might have the first down. He's down near the 10. Good job there. It looked like he was getting tripped up, but he maintained his balance enough to get all the way down to the 10-yard line. It's 1st and goal Highlanders.
Well, they have a bit of a pulse right now. They got it to the 10. So, I mean, we'll see what happens.
McAdoo is going to split wide to the right. First and goal at the 10-yard line. And in motion's Dietrich. They pitch it to him, and he heads up the middle, still on his feet, fighting forward. He's down to the 5. Good job by Dietrich to fit through a tight hole there and gain half the yardage they needed to get the pay dirt. It's going to be 2nd down and goal from the 5.
Yeah, I mean, they really need to try to get it together here and get that second surge from being 5 yards out. But, you know, defensively, Steel Valley's probably going to stack the box to the inside and bring everybody in the kitchen sink down on top of them. So try maybe working it to the outside on this play.
McAdoo to the right, Travis White to the left. 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line. McEwen goes under center, and he is going to keep it. And can he pitch it? He's going to need to, and he can't. That was a nice tackle there. Not letting go of him was number 4, Carlos Scott, and he brings him down for a loss back at the 6. It'll be 3rd down and goal from there.
And I'll tell you what, he's lucky he didn't pitch it, because who was there on Dietrich to the outside? Who else but Cruz Brookins? So, I mean, you figure even if McEwen does release that, there's a good possibility Brookins steps up and just kind of takes that one home into the north end zone.
Actually, a loss of 2 on that. It's going to be 3rd and goal from the 7.
2-yard loss.
Both receivers splitting to the left side. McAdoo will be in the slot left. McEwen gets ready to take the snap. And in motion. And they give it to him. It's Wagers trying to get to the corner, and he cannot. He's hitting the backfield and dropped for the loss. And that was number 30, Angel Herrera, on the tackle. And it's going to bring up 4th down and goal from back at the 9-yard line now.
And I tell you what, Herrera didn't even give Wagers a fighting chance that time. He comes from that linebacker position on the left side and just comes screaming off the rush end there and just stops the play right in its tracks.
McAdoo to the right side here. It's 4th down and goal from the 4, or from the 9 rather. McGuffey trying to punch this in to get on the board with 7:20 to go in the game. Back to pass, looking. He's got McAdoo in the corner of the end zone, and did he get it?
I think
they're
he
fighting
did.
for the ball, and I think they're saying is it a touchback? Intercepted for the touchback, I believe.
Wow.
Yeah. He took there was two guys fighting for the ball, and that was number 3. Donald Barksdale, I think, that came down with it. We'll get a better look here on the replay as both of these guys
The interception for Steel Valley.
go up. Actually, no, that was not. That was number 1, Delmario Shields, that went up and got that. And strong hands there by Shields to pull that away from McAdoo. And so that keeps McGuffey off the board, and it keeps the score 40-6. So Steel Valley will take over after the touchback at the 20-yard line.
20-yard line, 1st and 10. 7:11 left in the ball game, leading 40-6.
No way. That's how you get a mad man, you're done. It's over. I've been there. The wrath. Being on a shit list, brother, you're on your phone all the time.
All right, so Steel Valley still has Cruz Brookins in the game here, 7:11 to go. And he is going to hand off the ball to his tailback, and he gets hit as he crosses the line of scrimmage. Gain of a couple there for Barksdale. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 8. Now, I don't know. I mean, I'd think at this point, with 7 minutes to go, if I'm Steel Valley, I'd probably take Brookins out. There's no reason to risk an injury here to your quarterback late in this game.
No, it'd be silly to keep him in at this point. I mean, knowing that, I mean, you have a 34-point lead, and you're going to be going on to the semifinals next week to either face Neshannock or Wash High, which that game's still 16-13.
He's in the shotgun again. 6.5 minutes to go. He's going to hand it off again to his tailback, and this time a nice tackle there. Dropped for a loss is Barksdale. That was McAdoo that got in there quickly to tackle him back at the 19-yard line. Loss of 3. We're going to bring up 3rd down and 11 for the Ironmen.
Another score from around the region here, Rusty, checking in at the end of 3. Would you believe that Cannon Mac and North Allegheny fourth quarter?
Wow. That's quite the offensive showcase they're having there. Good defenses, I guess, between the Tigers and the Big Macs. All right, 3rd down and 10. Or no, 3rd down and 11, rather, for Steel Valley. Brookins is in the shotgun again. Let's that play clock wind down here to 6 seconds. Now he'll take the snap. And he hands it off again, and that's a hole for Barksdale. He's across 25 to 30, gets the first down at the 40, down the sidelines and out of bounds across midfield. And a big gain there for Barksdale. That was his biggest gain of the evening, and he gets it all the way down to the McGuffey 45-yard line.
Yeah, he just kind of turned on the afterburners that time as he hit the hash mark on the far sideline. And he had a lot of room in sight, and I think for McGuffey, throwing him out of bounds there was Isaiah Dale with the save yet again. But still, Steel Valley trying to move things forward, and it looks like McGuffey's going to take a timeout with 5:10 left here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and we'll take it with him. We're right back here on the McGuffey Sports Network, powered by Air Raid Sports Shop, carried on the Triple Live High School Sports Network.
Highlander fans, let's face it, nobody enjoys when their vehicle needs service work. So let the trusted professionals at Route 40 Auto ease your worries. It's quality service and diagnostics with a hometown feel, offering brakes, exhaust, tune-ups, engine repair, transmission repair, suspension repair, and regular maintenance for your vehicle. Maybe it's as simple as an oil change or as pesky as a state and emission test. Call Route 40 Auto at 724-484-7963 or stop in at 150 Route 40 West in West Alexander.
Back here at William Campbell Athletic Field, it is 40-6, Steel Valley over McGuffey. 5:10 remaining in regulation, and you have another score.
Yeah, I have another score, and it looks like Steel Valley next week's going to be playing Neshannock as Matt Lonanelli puts it away for Neshannock on a 3-yard run. It's now 30-13 Neshannock over Wash High with 6:09 remaining in the fourth quarter.
Okay, and what that means that there's going to be only one Century Conference team alive because Stowe Rocks and Keystone Oaks were playing each other. And I believe Stowe Rocks was up pretty big in the first half and that one. So the 4 Century Conference teams made it to the quarterfinals, but only one will move on to the semis, it looks like. And here we are, 1st and 10. Brookins in the shotgun again here for Steel Valley with 5:10 to go. And he's going to hand it off again to his tailback, and he gets hit as he crosses the line of scrimmage. Gain of 1 on the play for Barksdale. It'll bring up 2nd down and 9.
And he tried hitting the hole pretty hard that time, but it was the McGuffey defense that just kind of met him there. And like two trains clashing, and they hit one another. I mean, he tried to lower his shoulder and give the boom a little bit, but no bueno that time.
Clock winds down to 4:45 to go. Steel Valley winding this game down here. They do have Brookins in, but they're not carrying the ball with him anymore, probably to avoid the contact. That's why they're handing off to Barksdale pretty much on every play right now. And they will move on to face Neshannock. We'll see where that game is. The gentleman here was saying they're probably somewhere on the north side of Pittsburgh. And back to pass is Brookins. He's going to throw. It's going to be incomplete. He was trying to hit Dayron Barksdale all the way down the sideline. Nice coverage down there by Nate Romastan, and that will bring up a 3rd down and 9 after the incompletion.
Yeah, one of the few times, Rusty, that we've seen the quarterback Brookins roll out of the pocket that time. And, I mean, he just launches a bomb down the sideline there. But good job defensively for the Highlanders as Romastan tried to play the ball from the best angle that he could. That brings up, as you said, a 3rd and 9.
Brookins in the shotgun. And he's looking to pass again. This time he looks left. Throws down there. He's got a man. It's going to be incomplete. He threw it over the head of the intended receiver, Isaiah Dale, in coverage, and that will bring up 4th down and 9.
And you think having a lead 40-6, Steel Valley here, probably going to try to get the first down to run this thing out and maybe try to get one more score up on these Highlanders before their season comes to an abrupt end.
Clock stop with 4:08 to go in regulation. They haven't punted yet tonight. Doesn't look like they're about to now. So McGuffey defense will look to try to get a turnover on downs here late in this game. Brookins in the shotgun. He gets it. Looking to pass. And he's going to roll to his right. He's got some space. 40, 35. First down to the 30. Down to the 20. He's off to the races to the 5. He's into the end zone. That is his 6th touchdown of the evening. Brookins takes it in from 44 yards. Makes it 46-6. That will start the mercy clock. Not that that means much, as there's only 3:58 to go.
Yeah, 44 yards for Brookins, his 6th rushing touchdown. That has to be some type of a record for him here tonight. I mean, that's well over 300 yards on the ground. And, I mean, again, that just goes to showcase, again, why Steel Valley pulls the 1 seed out in the playoffs this year. But, again, why they have a perfect season.
And point after attempt. See what they decide to do here. Play clock's winding down. They're going to have to do something now. Why they gave him a fresh play clock. Mercy clock will start now that the lead is 40. But like I said, there's only 3:58 to go, so it'll just wind it out. And Coach Dalton wants to know what the heck is going on.
Yeah,
we've had way too much time down here. They're delaying the inevitable. And now he's out in the field wondering what is going on.
It doesn't make any sense.
They're giving. This has been like a 1.5-minute play clock.
And it looks like McGuffey's going to take a timeout. So that's going to be their second timeout. Or their third, their second time out here in the half. So I guess we'll go ahead and take it with them.
Yeah,
3:50.
Now we're going to tell you about the
go ahead,
Chapman Corporation, headquartered in Washington, Pennsylvania. Chapman's been providing industrial customers with civil, mechanical, and electrical construction services for 70 years. In addition to their construction skills, they also provide pipe, metal fabrication, as well as engineering capabilities. Their customer base consists of clients in the natural gas, power, steel, chemical, and glass industries. Chapman Corporation, located in Washington, PA. Yeah, I'm not sure what was going on there. They normally start a normal play clock, but they let Steel Valley kind of hem and haw on the sideline, and the game's a blowout. That's how. But still, if you're Ed Dalton, you're like, what's going on? Why?
You just want an explanation at this point.
Just do your job, get the players on the field, start a play clock, and let's get this game over with. But they're going to keep the offense out there for the 2-point conversion, it appears. Brookins is out there. Looks like he might go under center for the first down tonight. Not sure why he'd go for 2. He's going to kneel it. Okay. So all that for kneeling down the extra point. 46-6. We'll be right back here on the McGuffey Sports Network, powered by RH Sports Shop, carried on the Triple Live High School Sports Network.
Highlanders Nation, looking for that perfect piece of clothing to showcase your McGuffey spirit? Look no further than Fanatic Impressions at 166 South Main Street in Washington. Fanatic Impressions offers a wide variety of sporting goods, athletic apparel, and school spirit gear. Have an event coming up? Fanatic Impressions offers custom bulk screen printing and promotional product printing to help make your team, event, wedding, or business all the more personal. Open Monday through Saturday.
And they've been the top team in AA all year long in the WPIAL, and they're showing why tonight. They have a very talented quarterback who has run in for 6 scores tonight, and he's had over 300 yards rushing. They will move on, it looks like, to face Neshannock next week. That'll be a neutral site game. The other side of the bracket, we don't know. Beavers Falls was up.
Yeah, and there was another score in that Beaver Falls game. I got to try to find it there if we can.
And last we saw, Stowe Rocks was up too. So that looks like if that goes that way, if Beaver Falls does. That game, once again, that was delayed by a power outage. They had to move it from Geneva College to go over and play at Blackhawk High School. So they didn't get started until after 8:30. Here's another pooch kick, and it's going to be caught by Conklin. He's going to take it on the run. At the 45, cuts up and gets near midfield. So Ty Conklin with a nice little return there to get the ball out towards the 50-yard line. They'll be down at the 48 is where they'll, looks like they'll spot it maybe for the first down and 10 for the Highlanders. They start that clock. It's already winding down to 3.5 minutes.
McGuffey has it first and 10 from their 48.
So Philip McEwen, the senior, going out to take his last snaps of his high school career, and he has done a heck of a job at the quarterback position for the last couple of years for the Highlanders, taking the playoff a couple years in a row, and just really had a nice senior season, not just on the ground, but being able to showcase his arm. He's going to hand it off to his fullback up the middle right now, and pushing the foul forward of the Highlanders, and the ball came out. I think they're going to say he was down. It was Droboy?
It was Droboy.
Droboy, yes. He was the fullback in there, but we have a Highlander that's down.
Injury on the field.
It's going to be second down at 8, but we have a lineman who's down, and that is 79. That is Cody McKee, senior and a captain here for the Highlanders, and he is being looked at here. So we will step aside quickly, and we'll be right back here on the McGuffey Sports Network, powered by ARH Sports Shop, care to the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Trib Live has a little something for everyone. Sports from high school to the pros. News from across the street and around the world. Arts and entertainment, lifestyles, opinion, weather, photo galleries, video. You can even find your next job, house, and car. So look alive, Pittsburgh, and get the news you want and information you need all in one place. TribLive.com. TribLive.com. News and more 24/7.
Hi, everyone. Zach Waters from the McGuffey Sports Network. Whenever your home or business decides to give you a headache, turn to the experts you can trust at McKean Plumbing and Heating, located at 468 West Chestnut Street in Washington, and is your source for plumbing, heating, electrical, and air conditioning. Whether it's a job for the do-it-yourselfer, a routine service call, or an installation, let the experienced staff assist with your needs. Call them at 724-225-6260 or stop in and visit them Monday through Fridays 8 to 6 and Saturdays 8 to 4. Plumbing, heating, electrical, or air conditioning, answer McKean. PA 9085.
Hunters, it's almost that time of year again. And when gearing up for your next hunt, visit ARH Sports Shop. ARH Sports Shop has proudly served the tri-state area as your local sportsman store for over 25 years. Locally owned and operated, they specialize in new and gently used shotguns, handguns, and rifles. Instead of waiting in long lines at major big box stores, purchase your hunting license from ARH with fast, friendly service. For more information, visit their website at arhsportshop.com or visit them at 4174 Route 40 in Claysville across from Sunset Beach. Open Monday through Friday 10 to 5 and Saturdays noon to 4. ARH Sports Shop, a proud supporter of McGuffey Athletics.
Welcome back here to William Campbell Athletic Field. Still down there working on Cody McKee. It looks like maybe that right leg that trainer Alex is looking at right now. And but while they're attending him, we'll give you some other scores. We do have Central Catholic beating Mount Lebanon 28-7 in 6A. Upper St. Clair squeaks one out against Bethel Park. It's 17-7. That has been a big rivalry all year, and I think two teams. Laurel and Union, it was 18-14 Union over Laurel at the half. That's in single A. And then you did have an update for us on the Wash High. I think Wash High scored, but they're still trailing.
Wash High scored late in the fourth quarter with 5 minutes and 34 seconds left, but Neshannock still leads the Little Prexies 30-19. It looks like Mapletown avoided the shutout. Their season's going to come to an end. Southside Rams just too powerful. I think Southside held on for the victory 47-6 over Mapletown.
I think I saw 47-0, but you might be right. Yeah, you're right. 47-6. Yep, that's it. Thought that was a 0 first time I looked at it. All right, back to pass, and now getting pressure is McEwen. He's going to be dropped back in the backfield at midfield. And the sack comes at the 49-yard line, so that will bring up 3rd down and 7 for the Highlanders. Thomas Jefferson defeated Latrobe 21-6.
Wow.
Aliquippa defeated Montour 41-7.
And Central Valley defeated Laurel Highlands 36-7.
McGuffey line of scrimmage again here. 2 minutes to go. McEwen. And it's going to be the sweep to Conklin. And that goes for a loss back to the original line of scrimmage back at the 48-yard line.
And they just keep moving backwards. And, I mean, obviously the feel of defeat has sunk in. And, I mean, it shows they're trying to do a little bit here. Now it looks like we have another McGuffey timeout. And that's going to be their last timeout with 1:40 left here in the fourth quarter.
So, take a minute here to talk about this season that the Highlanders had.
Oh,
They obviously big loss here tonight, but this has been a heck of a season for them. They had only 2 conference losses that were both by 1 score each, the Stowe Rocks game, the Keystone Oaks game. Heartbreaker losses, but they bounced back with a lot of pride and took a game against their biggest rival, Wash High, on the road to earn the 3rd spot in the conference. And a lot of great things to talk about this team. A lot of players coming back next year. A lot of guys got experience this year. They had a lot of those big wins they had. They got a lot of time and playing time for those younger players to get in.
Oh, yeah, and I mean, that really helped build a team and a program. And, I mean, obviously the seniors going to be missed here. That really made a huge impact on this season.
McEwen, 4th down and 10 now here near midfield. Back in motion is Conklin. They fake the pitch. He's rolling out. Throws. He's got McAdoo is caught. First down at the 35. Breaks back to the right side. Tristan McAdoo down the sideline to the 15, the 10. Tristan McAdoo into the end zone.
Oh,
and a nice way to finish there for Philip McEwen and his wide receiver, Tristan McAdoo.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a great connection. And McAdoo just runs this, looked to be a post route almost. And he takes off to the races, and he finally gets the Highlanders another touchdown late.
52 yards on the pass and catch to McAdoo.
52-yard pass and catch.
Do the extra point. It should be Dylan Stewart. It is Dylan Stewart out there to attempt the point after. Snap is down. That kick is up. And the kick is good with 1:24 remaining in the game. It is now 46 for Steel Valley and 13 for McGuffey. We'll be back here on the McGuffey Sports Network, powered by RH Sports Shop, carried on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Trib Live has a little something for everyone. Sports from high school to the pros. News from across the street and around the world. Arts and entertainment, lifestyles, opinion, weather, photo galleries, video. You can even find your next job, house, and car. So look alive, Pittsburgh, and get the news you want and information you need all in one place. TribLive.com. TribLive.com. News and more 24/7.
Yeah, from outside the WPIAL here, we got a score. McDowell 42, Alderdice 15.
Well, here more chaos going on in the Wash High Neshannock game. 3 minutes, 22 seconds left. Neshannock 30, Wash High 27.
All right, here come the Prexies.
Here come the Prexies.
So Dietrich in to kick off here for the Highlanders. With 1:20 to go. Can't imagine at this point it would do much to just kick it. He does kick it long. It's going to go over everybody's head, but that is a live ball. So once it goes into the end zone, though, it is a automatic touchback. So
there's an update in the Neshannock Wash High game. It's now 30-27. Wash High was just another touchdown. A little over 3 minutes to go.
So Wash High, though, that's still
yeah, so if that would change the location of that game if they were to come back and win.
Yeah, that would change it.
I would imagine you'd be talking somewhere in the South Hills area, I'd say. Maybe like a Bethel Park or Upper St. Clair, maybe.
Because Alibo, well, now I wouldn't go Alibo. I mean, even Peters Township wouldn't even be a bad.
Keystone Oaks. Yeah. All right. 1:05 to go here. They will start the clock now, and this should be the last couple snaps of this game. And the clock won't start for some reason. And here goes the snap, and it's going to be a carry over the right side, and I think it was Barksdale on the direct snap, but maybe he's going to take the snap. The clock is not running. The referee's telling them to run it, so officials
they're
going to have to
signal.
The clock's broken. It is not running from the press box. We're trying to run the clock, and it will not run.
Thanks for helping, though.
105. It's less than that. In fact, it's going to be running. They really only should probably run one more play and then just call it a day.
Yeah, at that point, the clock won't start, so
officials will have to keep the time down there, but
officials will have to keep the time on the field.
At this point, it is what it is.
Yeah, it's a rolling clock, so.
Clock's broken, dude. I don't run that.
There's a snap, and it's Barksdale trying the left side, trying to get around the corner. He does get the first down. Now he cuts back in, and he's still on his feet. Romastan's being blocked.
Hey, there's a late flag.
There's a flag. This one's coming back.
There's laundry galore.
Yeah, so it's not going to be a touchdown, but he's running a lot.
And it's probably going to be a block in the back or a hold.
I think that's probably going to be the end of the game, I would guess. But kind of crazy finish to a crazy night. The score is at 46-13 is the final. If that's it, I can't imagine them running another play. Holding. And so, trying to get the clock started back up. We don't know how much time would be on it, even if there was. Even if they did get the clock back up and running. They're going to march the penalty off from the 50. It's going to put it back at the 40. I honestly don't know what we're doing.
Neither do I. We're kind of flying blind right now.
How much longer are we going to play? So they start the clock. I think the referee on the near side is the one keeping time. The referee looked at him when he started it.
So they get a cheer when they come off the field.
And if I'm Steel Valley, I'd kneel. They do kneel.
That's what they do. They kneel.
And hopefully that's just it. We can shake hands and leave.
That should be it.
Okay, so final score, Steel Valley 46, McGuffey 13. Steel Valley would advance to the semifinals of the WPIAL Class 2A playoffs. We'll be right back here to wrap things up. The McGuffey Sports Network, powered by RH Sports Shop, carrying on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Hi, everyone. Zach Waters from the McGuffey Sports Network. Whenever your home or business decides to give you do-it-yourselfer a routine service call or an installation, let the experienced staff assist with your needs. Call them at 724-225-6260 or stop in and visit them Monday through Fridays 8 to 6 and Saturdays 8 to 4. Plumbing, heating, electrical, or air conditioning, answer McKean. PA 9085.
All right, welcome back here to Steel Valley, 46-13. The Ironmen defeat the Highlanders and advance in the playoffs. The second half went like this. It was 27-6 Steel Valley at the half. They got another touchdown run by Brookins, this from 17 yards out. And then they got the first touchdown that wasn't by Cruz Brookins after that, a 10-yard run by Donald Barksdale. And then Brookins, though, would break one more big one off. It was well over 300 yards in the day, 44-yard touchdown. That put the mercy rule in effect. And McGuffey would get one late score. It was a really nice pass play from Philip McEwen to Tristan McAdoo that went for 52 yards and a touchdown. And that's our final score, 46-13. So McGuffey's season comes to an end. Semifinal matchup. We'll figure out the other one on the other side of the bracket once Bethel Park finishes that game. Or not Bethel Park. Beaver Falls finishes that game. They got that late start because of the power outage, so that one won't be finished till later tonight. But, Zach, tough way to end the season, but we knew it was going to be tough here at Steel Valley. They have a great team, a great quarterback, and, they came up well short here of the Ironmen tonight, but this season was nothing to hang your head low about. And a lot of great things to come out of this season and look forward to from McGuffey in the future. And the seniors, a nice way for them to go out on a really solid season, finishing the year 8-4 overall.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you're going to hang your